Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Speculation, all the pop culture news and the research so you don't have to. I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Joel.
Now boys, what do we think is going to happen in Jurassic World Rebirth?
It's Jurassic World 4, but not really, because I think it's a soft reboot.
Yeah, it's the beginning of a brand new trilogy as well.
Oh,
brand new
thank
saga.
God.
Yeah, brand new saga, sorry.
Thank God, a saga, you say.
A saga. Okay.
It is a saga.
Yeah. The beautiful thing about a saga is a saga could be two movies.
Hey,
saga could be one movie if you want it.
well, by
I
the
don't
end of
think
this,
so.
there's going to be as many Jurassic World Park movies as there is Star Wars
Is there-
movies.
there-
That's
look,
very funny.
Is this maybe a controversial opinion?
Okay.
But is there enough movie of these movies to make sure, like when you're coming out of the gates, to be like, there'll be 3 at least?
Okay, look, let's start with the good.
Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Let's start with the good.
Jurassic
Scarlett
Park.
Johansson's a fine
Oh
actor.
right, the good of this film, or just in the
Or of
Jurassic
the
Park,
franchise
the
in general.
saga?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, my feelings of Jurassic Park are ones that the internet won't like. So we're going to avoid me weighing in on this.
What won't the internet
What
like?
won't the internet like?
Why? Because like the first
I
one,
just
you don't
don't-
care for the first one. You don't
it's
care
not-
for
look,
them all.
I'm not saying Jurassic Park is bad. It just doesn't
Okay.
You
it
can
for
say whatever
do
you
it
like,
for
dude.
me. It doesn't
I don't give a
impre-
shit. It
See,
doesn't
I don't
impress
care.
you much.
I was going to say it doesn't impress me, but like I can see from a technical point of view, this isn't the theater debate.
Okay.
From a technical point of view, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that truly is wonderful. But when I watch it, I'm just like,
Yeah, that's okay.
You don't
It's like-
care of like, are you a dinosaur guy?
No, well, what's happening?
Did you just get possessed by?
No,
I don't know.
no,
What.
I don't like the dinosaur
The
movie.
Sorry,
spirit
that
of
was-
dinosaur past.
that was
the hell?
that was my twin that I
Whoa.
ate in the womb.
Uh,
Tried to get
He
out.
wasn't saying no, he was trying to say help.
Yeah.
He loves dinosaurs.
no, help me! Do shake me in the womb. I love dinosaurs.
I'm still alive
Jurassic
down
Park and
here.
all its other
If you
sequels
kick him in
were
the
a
brain,
masterpiece.
I'll take control of the body and finally be free.
Call the police.
No.
Back down you go. Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie. It's just eh.
Yeah, so
and
yeah.
was
Are
I a
you
dinosaur guy? Not. I mean, I wasn't not a dinosaur guy. I also did see Jurassic Park when I was a kid. I think I liked it as a kid, and then when I revisited it, I was like, huh. Thought this would be better.
I liked
But-
it on a rewatch personally,
Yeah.
but I whatever.
I
you know,
also
no
totally
judgment.
understand that I am in the minority there. This is not a situation where I'm right and everyone else is wrong, which does happen.
It does happen, and often.
Yeah.
Just not now.
Only
not
God
this-
Forgives is a near flawless movie,
Yeah.
and critics are cowards who don't like to feel bad.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, Jurassic, it just good movie does nothing for me.
yeah, fair enough.
Every single sequel to Jurassic Park
Diminishing
is anywhere
returns from what was already not much.
No, not diminishing returns. They range. Okay, Jurassic Park, excellent, well done.
Yeah.
Not for me. Jurassic: The Lost World onwards, it range anywhere between bad and embarrassingly bad.
Yeah.
World,
You hated the first one with Pratt.
Yeah.
yes, so
Yeah.
much so that I didn't see the other two worlds.
Yeah.
Even though the second world is the one that's the only one where I'm like, maybe that one is
But it's
good.
not worth it until the last quarter.
The second one is that's what we're having like.
A haunted house.
Oh
dinosaur.
right, yeah. I was gonna say having auctions and shit.
Yeah, and it becomes a random gothic horror for 5 minutes at the end.
and then it's just like, oh wow, they've started cloning people.
Yeah.
and
And
then
then
the
Dominion
third one,
is
which I never
locusts.
saw.
Yes.
What does it? Do you guys know what happened in the third?
Yeah.
Locusts.
Yeah, I know about locusts, but like, yeah, that doesn't help me.
Well, it doesn't help. It's all I know, unfortunately.
So I'm like, hey, what happened in that movie? And you say locusts, that don't help me
That's
much.
the beginning and end
It's
of my
set-
understanding.
It's set 4 years after the events of Fallen Kingdom. Dinosaurs are now living alongside humans. but I don't think that's really
How is that not a
explored.
great film?
Well, I mean, before the third one came out, there was that short film, I think, which was about a bunch of like raptors attacking a trailer park.
Oh, yeah,
and people
yeah,
were
yeah.
like,
Like camp
"Whoa,
something,
yeah."
right?
They were like, "The vibes of this are very cool." But then,
Biosyn's, I think. I think it skips the interesting part.
Yeah.
Of the story, the 4 years where dinosaurs are.
Like,
With
I
people?
have a pet dino.
Where I'm pretty sure what happens is that Biosyn are just like, we got to control them again, so we can do research on them for pharmaceuticals.
well, I think
Gotcha.
what happened,
And and the clone kid doesn't really come back
Feature.
up, right?
Yeah,
that's funny. I think I was noticing this while I was watching the trailer for this one.
oh, they like Claire and Owen, so that's
It's Chris Pratt and
Bryce Dallas
And
Howard.
Bryce Dallas Howard. Yeah,
they
yeah.
raised the clone to keep her safe from.
Yeah. Guys who hate clones.
No, guys, no, they love clones. They want to exploit clones.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. but- okay.
I think a funny thing happened with the Jurassic Park franchise, and I think you see that a lot with the kind of slop we get today, where you get like an interesting. You know, we did a BS Plus recently. I don't know if it's out by the time you're hearing this.
Probably is.
But we did a BS Plus where we talked about Alien 4.
Yes.
And Alien 4 is so removed from Alien 1 because it's like people didn't know what to do with the franchise kind of after the first one. Because the first one is not just like about aliens.
Yeah.
It's about a bunch of other stuff. And they use aliens to tell that story. And Jurassic Park 1 is kind of the same. So it's about dinosaurs, of course, but it's also about fatherhood. And it's also about the importance of a nuclear family. But it's also about science gone mad, that kind of thing. But then every subsequent movie is about Jurassic Park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
movie is about Jurassic
Yeah.
Park. Like it's
There's
not
like, there is some weird stuff in like, you know, the Jurassic World. Well, that's the one with the Pratt, yeah? Like,
Yeah,
there is some weird stuff about it kind of reinforces that nuclear family.
It's an awesome theme that appears throughout all of the Jurassic
Yeah.
Parks. The amount of divorced couples or unhappy couples
Yeah.
that go to Jurassic Park and come away being like, dude, we got to stay together for the kids.
Yeah,
Like,
man. Got to protect the kids from the dinosaurs.
Again, the ending of Jurassic World, and I remember noticing this when I first saw it, has Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard in effectively like a mock wedding situation.
They walk
down the aisle.
It's real
It's
weird
bizarre. And then the
strange.
two kid characters, their parents are getting a divorce, and then they get together at the end because their kids had a bad time in Jurassic Park. It's a weird recurring theme. But anyway, I think that I like Jurassic Park 1 because I think dinosaur horror is cool. There's a bunch, it's like a real indie sort of analog horror scene of people making scary dinosaur horror videos and kind of using the dinosaur as a kind of scary monster. I think you can do it. And when I first started hearing about this one, about Rebirth, that's what I thought this was going to be. Because they were like, it's about the freaky mutant dinosaurs, the freaky mutant island where they kept the dinosaurs that were too scary for the rest of the park. And I was like, brother, if you're giving me like a scary, dingy, abandoned laboratories full of monsters, that's cool. That's an interesting direction to take Jurassic Park in. I'm sold. And then when you see the trailer for the movie, you're like, oh, it's shot like a commercial. Oh, okay.
Yeah, why'd they do that?
Awesome.
Like, they could have done the Aliens version here, which is kind of like, we're just kind of following Marines.
Yeah.
We're following, in this way, they're like special forces or whatever. We're following them. And it's like there's just a lot of dinosaurs and they're out to kill them. And you're like, cool, let's chuck me in there. It could be a rescue mission. Who cares? What's going on? My boys are gesturing at each other for some reason. I don't know why.
Dusha started it. I just wanted to participate.
You'll want to gesture back in a second because I actually
dude.
think the Alien comparison's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Because Jurassic Park has the same problem that Alien does. Or did, which is they're like, okay, Alien, the most exciting thing we could do for this franchise is send aliens to Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then they keep announcing they're going to do that or setting that up, and then something comes up. They're like, just kidding, not happening.
No. We're going to go to Wood Planet.
Yeah.
With
Jurassic
pedophiles.
Park is exactly
Yeah.
the same thing. You're right.
Yeah.
At the end of Jurassic Park 1, they're like, fuck, dude, there's some dinosaurs in the water. Where are
where
they
they
going?
going? Where
and
are
then
they
the second
going?
one, they're like, never mind.
They went to the
Back-
Lost World.
Back to the island.
So they just kind of like circled the island for a bit.
And then at the end of the Lost World, there's like pterodactyls flying out, and you're like, fuck, where'd they go? They even in the end of Lost World, and hey, people got a lot of criticism for Lost World, but I think the sequence where the T-Rex is in the fucking Chicago, whatever.
New York, maybe?
I
Who
think
knows?
that's sick. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
sequence.
that's awesome. And I think it's a terrible movie.
When
So
he
we're in
drinks,
agreement.
when the T-Rex drinks from the pool, and the way it's lit by the pool lights, that fucking rocks. But anyway, and then they're like, and we're back on the island. And Sam Neill's back on the island.
But him and
everyone is
Ellie, they've broken up this time.
exactly.
No, what? No.
But he helps a couple reunite with their child,
that's
and
good.
the couple are about to have a divorce, and then in the end they don't.
Yeah, and
Happens
also,
again.
Ellie then gets a divorce from her husband, Mark.
Yeah.
But then she gets back together with
Oh,
Sam
Sam
Neill
Neill.
and
Oh, thank
Dominion.
Christ.
Yeah.
But also, Dominion starts and ends with them being like, and now we're gonna live peacefully side by side with the dinosaurs. They keep doing it, but never showing it.
Because you kind of want to have, like, you know, suburbia, them, like, someone having a pet, like, Triceratops.
Not
for
even.
some
I don't even-
reason.
I wouldn't even
go
go pet.
Godzilla mode.
Or go scary, go like full, like a
Town's
horror
being
movie.
abandoned because it's fucking
Full of
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs or whatever. Yeah,
But John Suckjob has to get dropped in the middle of the city and survive.
Unfortunate name. Mr. Suckjob.
I would have changed my name, Mr. Suckjob.
Okay.
Excuse me, Mr. Suckjob. I understand you are the best man for this job
but-
because you're so, like, highly trained.
Yeah.
But
You come highly
you-
recommended,
you
Mr. Suckjob.
but he says,
Be like, you want to
as a
drop somebody into
yeah.
hostile enemy territory? I got one name for you. Suckjob.
Just a
What?
little pro tip
John
from
Suckjob.
me to you, Mr. Suckjob. Just change your day.
Where's that from? Is it German? Is it
No, it's American.
American
Yeah,
as
full-
apple pie?
yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
Okay.
It's fine for my name to be Suckjob because no one actually calls a blowjob a Suckjob.
That's what I imagine he says as he steps off the helicar. Here he is now.
yeah, that's
it's fine for my name.
yeah, that's-
he knew it was going to be such
Yeah.
an issue. He knows he has to stop.
I know you're talking about it.
I can't hear you over the helicopter's rotor blades, but I know you're talking about my name.
Yeah.
Stay there.
I'm going to drop into this Raptor city. I'm going to get that gem that we needed
I'm
that we
secure
dropped.
about my abilities as a soldier, but I am insecure about my name. I feel like I need to justify that, but in every other aspect of my skills, I'm confident. Okay.
Mr. Suckjob. Godspeed. But yeah, also again, let's get a gem. It's always the same shit of like,
Well,
okay,
absolutely,
we have
yeah.
to get like this for some pharmaceutical vague
Which is crazy
reason.
because like the first one
At
is
least
like
the gem's a gem.
Yeah,
And as
right?
we saw in
me a
Ant-Man
gem.
Quantumania, you can go in a gem.
it's
Go.
not a gem,
Yeah.
it's a line. But anyway.
But also, like, again, having something as simple as just okay, it's a rescue mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. No,
Absolutely.
Hey, we don't have to go in there to like scramble some T-Rex eggs or whatever it is.
But it's so
we
crazy
just
as
gotta
well
go in
because
there and rescue some.
It's
folk.
not even like the first one is like, we need to go to Jurassic Park. The first one's like, we are at Jurassic Park and things have gone wrong.
Yeah.
Which is so much more interesting. And
I'm
that's
gonna
kind
open
of
up
what
Jurassic Park.
the first one of World is as well.
They've opened a Jurassic World.
Yeah.
And things are about to go.
Things are about to
very
go wrong.
And Joel Douche is about to fall asleep in the cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
bro.
favorite part of World is that guy who's wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt. And
Who
he's a
gets
big,
eaten by a dinosaur.
Yeah, but he's like a big Jurassic Park fanboy. And you're like, that was a massacre. Like, it's not like that was like a fun...
Oh, yeah, you love to bring it up and being like, yeah, this is like if a guy wore a 9/11
Yeah, like it's
t-shirt.
not...
Yeah,
it
but
wasn't
like
a good...
at like a 9/11 shirt, like working for
Yeah.
the construction of like the
9/11
new
too.
towers. Like that's the equivalent. Like because
No, he's a tourist, isn't he?
No,
No,
he
he works
It would
there.
be like somebody
It's the guy
building the
from
Ground
Hugo.
Zero
Yeah.
Memoriam
wearing a
9/11
9/11 shirt.
t-shirt.
Because yeah, it's the guy for Jake or whatever his name is.
Jake Johnson?
Not Riley, Ben Parker.
Yeah.
Spider
Jake
B
Johnson.
Parker or whatever.
Yeah,
Jake Johnson.
Yeah, sure.
Could be, I don't know.
That sounds like a musician name. But
Yeah.
yeah.
You're thinking
Hugo
of
guy?
Jack.
Jack Johnson.
I
dude.
am
Yeah.
thinking of Jack Johnson.
Yeah.
So many J names.
There's too many.
Jay? Joel
Jackson.
This guy. Jake Johnson.
Yeah. Yes.
Jake
Yeah.
Johnson.
Jake
Johnson.
Johnson.
Is this a good listening experience? Jake Johnson.
Jake
Jake
Johnson.
Johnson, dude.
Everyone yell at Jake Johnson.
I don't know.
Yes, Jake
New
Johnson.
guy. Girl.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Jake
Jake
Johnson.
Johnson. Anyway, him. He's
Jack
wearing
Johnson?
it.
Yeah.
Does
Jake
he die
Johnson.
in that?
Yeah, he gets
thought he
attacked. He
doesn't.
gets
No,
I'm pretty sure he
whatever.
gets eaten by. I mean, who cares?
So this is a soft reboot, I guess, but it's set 5 years after Jurassic World. How that makes it a reboot, don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry, by Jurassic World, I mean Jurassic World Dominion, which means they're doing it again.
So are they doing like
They go back to the
what
island.
year is
They got
it?
lost mode.
This is lost.
We gotta go back to the
No
island.
matter what happens, Jurassic Park's got to go back to the island,
Yeah.
and they're going to be like, "Oh fuck, dinosaurs have gone."
Imagine
fucked
you're watching a movie.
Yeah.
It's
Okay,
like
hang on. Okay, I'm there.
the most difficult task for the BS boys.
Imagine watching a movie. That should be the tagline for Baseless Speculation. Baseless Speculation. Imagine watching a movie.
But no, so imagine a movie like it. It's a Jurassic World movie, but they've done the Prey thing. Where they're like, we're completely separating it from any kind of idea of like a legacy. I mean, I know Prey is kind of about the gun, sort of, but not really.
Not really.
But anyway, it's like, and it's just like it's a spooky cabin in the woods story.
Yeah.
And you're attacked by raptors. But you just know those raptors are because all of the dinosaurs
engines.
finally made it off Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And it's just like a fun, scary monster in the house movie, the monster in the house, or
Happens to
assault in
be.
the house movie, or assault in the cabin. You just know it's raptors.
Yeah.
That's scary. That's cool.
That is
But
cool.
instead, for some reason,
We can't have that.
they're like, we need a bunch of wisecracking mercenaries going to
Yep.
the island.
Well, is it because they're like, well, we need to up the stakes, got to up the budget.
Yeah.
If I do like one raptor or a couple raptors attacking like a cabin in the woods somewhere, that's cheap.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend I guess like I'm not spending all this money on CGI.
It is crazy. Like the
What a spectacle.
I've seen people say that the Predators Alien franchise is like revitalized, which I think in a way it is.
Yeah.
And it's like it's crazy they got there by downsizing. They got there by reducing the scope of the story. They got there by just like kind of pulling everything back.
We had this with Star Wars as
Yeah.
well, when they were like, we've gone back to its roots, and it was like, fuck
Nice.
yeah, Star Wars is
Yes.
back. And then that resulted in one movie that tore apart the internet so hard that we never recovered.
It's so funny, like with Andor, everybody loves, and there's an interview with Gilroy where someone's like, why aren't there many lightsabers in the movie? And he's like, well, like what do you think the average person, like how often are they seeing a lightsaber? How often are they seeing like how often do you see the Queen, dude?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's not, they say in the first, not many people have the Force. Like why would you be seeing this?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it interesting. But I don't know, for some reason instead they're like, and it's funny as well to think of Jurassic World as like broadening the scope and upping the stakes, when I'm pretty sure the second Jurassic World featured a volcano. Wasn't a volcano erupting on the island?
I haven't seen it, remember?
Yeah. Something like volcanoes erupting, they need to get the dinosaurs off, and then they're at the dino auction. Maybe.
I don't know. Because the volcano was like, that's the one with like Tia Leone?
Maybe.
Look,
Yeah.
this is the worst name for a dinosaur I've ever heard, but the villain of Jurassic World Rebirth
Yeah.
is Distortus Rex.
That's like a Mad Max guy.
Distortus.
Distort?
That's like you're saying this tortoise.
Yeah.
It's a
Distortus
This
Rex.
tortoise Rex.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, you want to check out this tortoise I got? I call him Rex.
It's like you step on a tortoise, you
Now-
go, this tortoise wrecked.
that Distortus Rex.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling with how I'm saying that because it is a made up word, distort,
Yeah.
yeah.
US.
Yeah, Distortus.
Yeah, I got it. Distortus.
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 Yeah, okay. So that name sucks.
Yes.
It's one of the main antagonists of the film.
Yeah, well-
But it's a deformed alien-like mutant Tyrannosaurus
Yeah.
Rex
Yeah.
with 6 limbs.
Yeah, he's the one with the bulbous head you see in the trailer.
Yeah.
So like it's like, okay, yes, Distortus Rex, you're right. It's a terrible name.
Yeah.
So for shorthand, we're going to call it D-Rex.
Dorex.
Yeah.
The Rex.
The Rex.
Look, you know how you call it Tyrannosaurus? T-Rex? D-Rex.
D-Rex, dude.
What do we think?
'Cause-
Bad. I think bad. Who named this? Why did you name it? Who is
Yeah.
naming this? Is the mercenaries? Why?
Yeah. And another weird thing I think is like, so one of the things I love about Avatar 2 and Avatar 1, and I think we all love this, is that the stuff in it is cool to see.
Yeah.
Okay? I see those crab robot mech things, I go, that's a sick design. And I think if Jurassic Park is not going to become a dinosaur horror franchise, they should become that kind of, like, you know, all of the toy lines back in the day where they'd be like, here's fucking Dr. Alan Grant with his dinosaur stun gun or whatever. Go cool with it. But they don't do that either.
And that's the thing, like now they have the option to be like, oh, this is all the like the dinosaurs.
mutant
the
freako dinos,
yeah.
that we can, because now we don't even have to like, you know, pretend that we care about being historically
Yeah.
accurate in terms of like fossils. We
Yeah.
can go fucko mode. What have we got? Bulbous head, 6 limbs. What do you think?
What
We're calling it the
weird-looking
Distortus.
raptor?
What
Distortus.
if Blastoise was there?
Yeah, what
know,
if
for
Blasters?
Pokemon.
Yeah, like honestly, that would be cool.
Yeah.
If they were like, yeah, we had one lab tech who just fucking loved
Loved
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
So he made
loved Pokemon
Blastoise.
Blue so much that, there's a Blastoise.
Yeah.
Well, great news. If you don't want it to be about pharmaceutical companies,
Yeah.
sorry, bad news, because that's what this is also
Yeah, so
about.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like, we know that because it's all like,
Oh, yeah, no, it's all through
from the trailer to be like, oh, hey, we're gonna get this thing was gonna cure so much. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
There's a vague
And they
thing.
say we've got to get it from the 3 biggest
Yeah.
dinosaurs in the park.
Okay, like, and I don't know if they're ignoring everything or they're tying, like, or maybe they're tying some stuff in with the previous franchise. But if it's kind of like, oh yeah, like for example, you'd be like, oh, they cloned that woman or whatever, and the girl, and because of that, things went awry, or because of the locusts, something went awry. Like, have something happen, like a bad thing happen. Hence, justification of the time jump as well. To be like,
We need this cure or whatever.
yeah, it's like, again, it's like, okay, cool, well, you need this cure for this thing. So there's a sense of urgency, a sense of time, a sense of whatever it is, because you've set this all up. Because, like, hey, the dinosaurs, we lived with them for ages because we have them as pets. And because of that, there's some, like, ancient illnesses that are, like, bacteria or whatever the fuck come back. And, like, we were not prepared. So, like,
Now we
we're
need to
giving them the
secure
common
that-
cold and they're giving us the ancient cold. And it's really bad for everyone involved. A lot of deaths happening. That can be off camera, that can whatever be the setup, and then you're like, this is going to be like,
It's like it's so obviously like a nothing to be like
5 years later, why?
Yeah,
Or
or just
how many
like
time jumps do they keep doing?
But even like just like it's so arbitrary, I guess.
That's what I mean. Like, if you're going to do something, do it for a reason.
Yeah,
Like, why are they
absolutely.
doing it for the
I really think that a Jurassic Park should sort of play out like a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Where
go on, tell me more about this.
you start out on the and the fucking movie, the first movie kind of did.
Yeah.
You start out and everything seems normal but spooky.
Yeah.
Then slowly you uncover more frightening and scary and thrilling things.
Yeah.
Then there's the pivot point where you go, I'm in a lab now.
That is a very, 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 very iconic moment of Resident Evil being like, I'm no longer scared. I'm in a lab now.
Right.
I'm in a lab now. The game is about to end.
Yeah, that happens in basically every Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
Bar maybe no.
Sometimes it's not a. Does 8 end in a lab or is it
Yeah.
a castle?
Or maybe
No.
8 doesn't end in a lab.
No, you're under. No, I think 8 does end in a lab.
Yes,
and you
it
go
does.
under. You
Yeah.
go underground.
Yeah, well, it ends in a fungus.
Yeah, it does end in a fungus.
Yeah,
But that game also starts with a fungus.
yeah. You go into multiple labs. I think is
Yeah.
the thing in 8.
I think it. Yeah, it doesn't. I could have sworn. I'm pretty sure 8. This is not relevant to basic
Yeah.
speculation. I'm fairly sure. Isn't 8 the one that's set underground at the end, which is multiple labs?
Maybe
And the underground is.
I thought 8 you went underground and saw the big fungus.
Yeah.
Big chungus.
And
Okay, so you're saying it's like, say, the first Jurassic Park should be like, okay, I get to see, and then maybe like, again, much as you maybe don't like Jurassic Park, the first one, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Like, the first one could have been like the setup to be like, they kind of do this. It's like, all these like herbivores.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is nice. Yeah, wow, we've done this. And then suddenly he's like, what is that?
Yeah.
Why do you have the violet ones?
Why would you
do you have the
clone the T-Rex?
carnivores? Why
Yeah.
are you doing that? And then the on the
Well,
other
because I
side,
think you
like,
need the established, and this is
Well-
just basic horror stuff.
Yeah.
You need the established normal reality.
Park
that
does
you can
that.
then.
Yeah.
Park
That's
does
what
it.
I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Because it's like,
Yeah.
this is chill, because, which
It's
is
a
also
theme
the
park.
Resident Evil thing.
Yeah.
Chill,
which
chill,
is
chill.
like,
Oh, no.
And then something
Ugh.
bad happens, and you're like, oh my God, oh no, who saw this coming? And then the more you uncover, you're like, oh, they knew.
Yeah.
They knew this whole time.
Because the beats are normal, horrible. Yeah, they knew the whole
Reveal,
time.
yeah.
The reveal, it's actually corruption and
Yeah.
science gone mad. And
Yeah.
oh damn,
And so, like, yeah.
that's interesting. That's a
it-
cool setup.
And they could do more with that with this whole franchise, but
Yeah.
they tend not to. Or you have the whole thing where, like, things are going, like, things are going real weird.
Yeah.
Because, yes, you have the auction, which I think was a cool idea.
Yeah.
And you could play with that.
It did have the very funny thing with the auction where they're like, this is how you use the raptor. You aim your gun at the guy you want to kill, and then the raptor attacks the red light your gun projects. And I think this is not my bit. Jenny Nickerson, I think, said this, where she's like, you're aiming the gun at them.
Oh, yeah, I was about to just hey, if you're already aiming the gun at them, why don't you just
pulled the trigger.
Pull the trigger.
What is adding a dangerous animal to the mix doing?
Yeah.
It's scarier, I guess.
Okay. You're
So funny though to imagine you're like in war. You get the red dot and you're like, I'm about to be killed by a sniper, and then a T-Rex just jumps out of nowhere and kills you.
Say I want to kill you, Jackson. I have in my right hand I have a gun. I aim at you, I shoot you. In my left hand I have a gun which produces a light, and a dog runs
Mauls
across
me to
and
death.
mauls you. I guess if I'm sadistic and really want you mauled, I'll go for the mauling
But also,
gun.
like, theoretically, I could get out. You've turned what should be a, like, long-range combat into, like, a melee fight that I could theoretically win. That's crazy.
Also, is it any red light? What if I had a pen?
Yeah,
Like a little pen
it's
light.
a very bad system. But then, Jurassic World 2 does end with a pretty cool sequence, which is that more dinosaur horror where it's like little girl in her bedroom trying to sleep in a spooky mansion, T-Rex or a raptor or whatever. That's sick, dude. I don't know. That's cool.
Yeah, I just don't see why they. Because again, you have like, okay, we've got the cloning technology,
Yeah.
and then they could go ham with it. And they're like, okay, we're auctioning off this thing, and there's competing, other pharmaceutical companies or competing whatever that's like, oh, we're going to use that and clone it, and they can do it bad. Like, oh yeah, we tried to make a T-Rex, and we made a D-Rex instead.
Make disastrous Rex or whatever.
And it's just like, have it go real bad.
Yeah.
Like, show us like the rest of the world, like the implications there. Oh yeah, now we're cloning like people's pets.
Yeah.
One company. Yeah, there's rumors going around like if you've lost like a loved one, a grandparent or something, they'll clone
bring 'em
it.
back,
It's
dude.
real
Yeah,
bad.
just make Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, and
Dude,
so then it's just
sometimes
like,
that is better.
Sometimes that is better, and then
That's how he sounds in the fucking movie.
I know, dude.
Sometimes that is better. That's my transit.
Sorry about your boy.
Sorry about your boy.
But
Shouldn't have married him in
sometime-
the old Pet Cemetery.
Sometimes
just
that
like-
is better.
over the top it is like
Sorry
about your boy.
about the boy. It's kind of like how a mannequin would sound. Or a
A mannequin
ventriloquist
who
dummy.
can't.
Sorry about your boy. I
I'm
shouldn't
on
have
the
married
front-
him in the old Pet Cemetery.
It's a mannequin who has no lips.
Yeah. Sorry about your boy.
Sorry about your boy.
Also-
You think you've got a bad? I've got a hand up my ass.
Also no tongue. Sorry out your heart.
That's fucked up because I'm imagining he's just lying like
Sorry
this.
out your heart.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Come and check, little boy. I'm very scared. I'm 33.
Yes.
Come here, little boy. Put your finger in my mouth. I think you're going to bite it off.
no.
You'll never know until you try.
No.
He's got me there.
Okay, that idea.
Sometimes-
You wouldn't believe what happened. He bit my finger. Yeah.
The dummy fucking bit me.
Sometimes dead is better, little boy.
Well, why'd you put your finger in his mouth?
Well, he said I wouldn't know till I tried. Wouldn't know what?
I don't know. It could have been good.
Could have felt awesome.
It's
I
crazy.
guess.
The writer of Jurassic Park is staunchly anti-climate change, which for some reason feels
That feels
against Jurassic Park.
That feels very weird. That's very
Science
strange.
is going too far.
Oh, that's
and
is in the
prove-
book. Michael Crichton or whatever his
Yeah,
name
Michael Crichton is like
Yeah.
climate change is a myth.
is. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Apparently, I've never read it, but I've heard the book sort of stinks, and that makes me want to read it.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard people be like, not very good, really.
Yeah.
I've never read any of Michael Crichton's
I
work.
think
Yeah.
there's something.
I think Michael Crichton to me is like a dad author.
Yeah, it's like
know?
it's like an
Adorther.
airport
Yeah.
adorther. Yeah. Well, like
Same
yeah.
with it, like is it Jeffrey Archer or something like that. Just like people's like who maybe went to jail for tax fraud.
Yeah,
I don't know. Basically, these are authors that I'm like, that's like an airport dad read.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But dude, the sort of the vibe of like it's the mid 90s and I'm catching a plane and I pick up Jurassic Park to read on the plane. That's an awesome vibe. I love that. Yeah, dude. This
Yeah,
movie
it just-
looks like shit too.
Which is crazy because the only thing it had going for it, apart from Scarjo, who is an actress that I
yeah.
like, but hey, maybe she's falling off.
Maybe.
Her career started bumpy as well, where she made like 45 Woody Allen movies, which I personally wouldn't have done.
Me neither. Nor I, dude. Nor I.
But yeah, the director is what's his name? Edward Gareth.
Edward Goff.
Edward Garth Gareth.
Garth.
Is it Jake Johnson?
Jake Johnson, dude.
Hang on, I tried to
Edward
just type
Goff
in a
Gareth. Jake Johnson.
name. I tried to type in a name that I half remembered rather than just typing in the
Gareth
name of the movie.
Edwards?
Gareth Edwards.
Okay.
Rogue One dude, yeah?
Yeah.
Has he made other
Yeah, he made the American Godzilla.
Oh,
the one that
okay.
people were like, this was a good idea, but you fucked it.
Yeah.
And he also made the low budget movie Monsters, which everyone was like, holy shit.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
Monsters was good.
You can shoot big stuff on little budget. And he said, yeah, wait till you see me with big budget.
It's not good.
I'm going to make Godzilla look cool and I'm going to kill everyone in the movie that's interesting. And then you're going to be stuck with Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen playing a couple while at the same time in Age of Ultron they're playing brother and sister. That's going to fuck with your head.
I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it'd fuck with everyone's head as much as it maybe fucked with yours.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I mean, like, there's a general critical response
Yeah.
because of
Oh, so-
both
yeah,
the
yeah,
big.
yeah,
It wasn't just me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I would not have killed off.
Yeah, I
Bryan
didn't
Cranston.
even. Oh, yeah, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah, no, that was stupid, especially
Yeah.
with
Oh,
the
he's-
boom. No, but
yeah,
the Aaron
yeah.
Taylor Johnson and
Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah. People were like,
people
that's
were
weird.
like, they were like,
It's
hey,
strange.
probably don't have two blockbusters at the same time
Yeah.
where their relationship is brother and sister
Yeah.
and also in a relationship. Because
See, I understand that, but I don't know. To
Yeah,
me,
I don't- who
Aaron
gives a
I mean,
Taylor,
that's acting.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like Aaron, I was gonna say Aaron Taylor Johnson. He has like a face that I couldn't pick him out in the lineup.
No, me neither. I can't remember.
If you were
him.
like, oh, he was in this film, I'm like, was he?
Yeah.
Like genuinely, like
I can picture
watched,
Craven. That's all I got.
Yeah, I watched the Bullet Train. It took me maybe to the end of the film to realize that was him.
Oh, damn.
And I'm
yeah.
like, he's just got one of them faces. That
He's a
could just
generic
blend in.
man.
He's
He
just
doesn't-
generic
he does not
man.
look notable.
Sometimes he got beard.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does not go
But
beard.
he just looks like, you know, if the aliens came and they said, give me your basic man.
There he is.
You could do worse.
yeah.
You could do worse
You
than
could
Aaron
do
Taylor
worse.
Johnson, okay?
Just say it.
I think that would be really scary if the
Yeah.
aliens came and asked me that,
Oh,
because I would
yeah.
be like, I feel like there's extra parameters here. I don't
yeah.
understand, but
So yeah, you put up like whomstever he played in Godzilla, then whomstever he played in Avengers, Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
I can't tell.
absolutely.
I don't know.
Who knows, man?
To me, I'm just like, a guy.
It's just like a white dude.
yeah.
Because this movie, again, like when I first heard the pitch, I was like, man, like if it's lit well, if it, you know, it could be something special, especially if you're like, we're kind of rebooting, even soft rebooting the franchise.
Yeah, but
and then
how
to
many
just kind
times did you see in the trailer, or the multiple trailers? How many times have you seen the exact same shot of someone dangling off a thing, almost getting ate by
Yeah.
another big thing?
Absolutely.
Because that happened a lot.
Yeah.
and
We were-
that was like 2 trailers and a TV spot.
And it's so funny as well
The
because
TV spot was so funny.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Because we have it's just 4 shots back to back of people being snuck up on by a dinosaur. They're like, then turn.
oh my god,
But yeah, the amount of times they are falling off a thing.
yeah,
Be it a boat, a cliff, a car door, or whatever, a bit of ledge.
Yeah.
And then there's like, a dinosaur about to snap at them.
and they've not really done any work to make the dinosaurs like. There's no camera work to make the
No.
dinosaurs imposing or.
And I don't understand, but especially the water dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, they're snapping at this, like, this I guess, ship
Yeah.
that contains a bunch of humans. For a dinosaur, pick the ones that they're showing, the big guys.
Yeah.
I just don't think that a human would be that fulfilling.
Yeah.
Like they should be hunting sharks
That's
and
true.
whales and the dolphins.
Maybe they are.
I would hope so.
But also,
But
like
I just don't know if they would ever bother with this tiny little.
Canada, but man, in Jurassic World 1, when that lady, a single human being, lands in that creature's water tank, it eats her straight away.
Yeah.
That's
well, maybe
crazy.
they're just not taking care of their dinos. Maybe the dino was
I don't
hungry.
think they were.
So the dino is like, anything will happen.
am
This is great. I am
hungry.
hungry, so I will take whatever I can get.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this woman.
Yeah,
Oh.
man. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And not, like, I don't know. The Jurassic Park franchise, like, I remember
Yeah.
this when Jurassic World came out, and they were like, they're making a unique new dinosaur using genetic fucking the Indominus Rex. And it was like, damn, cool. They're making like a I don't know.
Like a camouflage.
Yeah, like,
dino.
what's it going to look like?
It's going to be like all
Oh.
the stalking of a raptor
Yeah.
mixed with the bigness of a T-Rex.
It feels like there's some guy behind the
Yeah.
scenes who's like, no, we can't have too much fun with the Jurassic Park franchise. Where they're like, no, it needs to be realistic or something.
Well,
Like,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it is budget constraints, but like Dominion is like one of the most expensive movies ever made.
why
so,
does it
like-
look like ours?
That was Dominion, which is the previous one.
Oh,
That's
right.
COVID
Rebirth
stuff.
is the, yeah.
I don't know why this one. Yeah, I don't know if it's just a glean of the trailers. Maybe it looks better in the cinema.
But it has a real, like ad
green
for
screen,
insurance
yeah.
vibe. Like the way it's lit is not. There's no
I
atmosphere.
think that might just be movies now, though. Unfortunately,
yeah, I
It
think
could
you might
just
be
be
right.
movies.
Yeah,
Everything is like on a green screen. This
Yeah.
is the best way we can
just
light it.
devoid
But like
of
it is
character.
that weird thing, the movies now, nothing is lit.
Yeah.
Everything is bright. Everything is like needs to be seen.
yeah, it's
And
so
there
that when
is
you're on your
no-
phone and you glance up at the screen,
Yeah.
everything makes sense.
Yeah.
You go, oh yeah,
Nothing is like-
dinosaur skull. Your hair's
got
nice.
it.
Yeah,
Nice,
sick.
nice.
I know
Done.
her. She's
Yeah.
Back to gambling.
Whoa, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like there's no like atmosphere. There's no like okay, we're hiding a lot with shadows.
Yeah.
We're just not doing that anymore. It's
It's a bummer,
disappointing.
dude. I mean, say what you want about the first Jurassic Park, but it is lit.
I think most people are saying, "Oh, one of the greatest movies of all time."
yeah. But it's lit, like it's gorgeous. Like, you know, the rain scene with the T-Rex attacks, all of the scenes in the underground lab.
And like
Wayne Knight getting fucking his ass heat on the toilet or whatever.
no.
Oh yeah, wait.
What awesome Jurassic Park.
No.
Wrong guy. He gets spat on the face.
Yeah.
I love
Did you see the thing that got
it's
Wayne
in
Knight?
this.
Oh, he's back again. That dinosaur.
Yeah.
You saw the frilled neck dinosaur.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
bad.
in
You,
this
you
one.
remember that dinosaur? Don't worry, we got it again because we can't think of anything fucking new. We did.
Yeah.
Sorry, we did think of something new. It's called the Distosaurus Rex.
What
It's
if a
pretty
T-Rex
good.
was freaky?
Yeah. What if it had a big bulbous head and
Yeah.
6 arms?
Well, they've blown
Anyway,
their,
that's cool.
they've
Yeah.
blown their load with like the bringing back the old characters. So does that mean that now, like, what are they going to do? Like, can it get to the second or third movie of this
They gonna put
trilogy? And
Chris
they're
Pratt
like,
in
hey,
it?
it's Chris Pratt.
Probably.
Brother,
Don't do that.
it's their only. That's all they got.
No, you're right,
But
dude.
that's the thing. Is like, why do they have to do that anyway? But you're
because
right.
they can't
It-
bring in. They can't bring in a cool dinosaur.
And I'll
it
tell you what,
feels-
brother,
it-
none of the characters in
Yeah.
this movie will have any staying power.
Yeah.
None of these characters in this movie are interesting enough for the franchise. to
Okay,
last.
Jurassic World, 3 movies, same 2 main characters that I have said the names of in this episode. All 3 movies made $1 billion.
Yeah.
What is the name of Chris Pratt's character?
Oh, fuck. And you've said his name.
I've said
You
it.
said his name.
Yeah.
It's not Grant.
No, that's Jurassic Park.
Is
That's,
it like...
Yeah, I know.
Is it like...
I'll take just first name.
Is it John Suckjob?
It's not John Suckjob.
Okay. Is it like... Carl?
It's not
No, it's
Carl.
not a Carl. It can't be a Carl.
Pete?
It's
No.
not a Pete.
Wait, is it okay? Is it a basic kind of white boy name?
Yeah.
Steve. Steve Dinosaur.
Simon.
No.
Brent.
He's got...
Brad.
No, he's got...
Blaze.
Blake.
No. You're thinking of Bryce Dallas
I
Howard.
was actually thinking of Blake Nelson, famous character actor.
Yeah. So wrong.
So put that in your little fucking book. Okay? In your little fucking machine.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking
yeah.
of Blake Nelson, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Tim Blake Nelson?
Yeah. Who played the leader?
Yeah.
Okay, so put that in your... Type
Yeah.
that up in your little
Well,
machine.
you should type that up because his name's not Blake Nelson, is it?
Okay, no.
He's not 2/3 of his
Tim?
name. No, it's not
Ted.
Tim.
No.
No,
Do you just want me to
I
tell
wanna
you?
say- no, I'm coming. No, that's-
I love that this is the names episode.
I want to be like it's like a Ronnie. But that doesn't seem like that's a Ronnie. Okay,
He's a
Is it-
Navy veteran
Yeah, okay.
and Velociraptor expert and handler at Jurassic World.
Is it something? Okay. You're a screenwriter.
Okay.
You've created this guy. He's being played by Chris Pratt. You want a cool name? Is it like? Is it a traditional name? Like, is it a name? I could, if you had a child now, you could call this child this name,
Yeah.
and it's
Both
perfectly
of the
normal.
main
and if my
characters-
parents had a child and they named them this name, that's also fine.
Okay, so
I think I know Bryce Dallas Howard's. Is it Claire?
okay, Bryce Dallas Howard's character is Claire.
Proud ally.
He did say it before. It was something in Claire.
Brain.
I will say that Chris Pratt's character. So it's first name, last name. Last name, whilst not a traditional 2 first names situation
Okay.
here, their last name is
Jack Johnson.
their last name is like I know of people who have this as a first
Could
name,
be a first
but it's
name.
not an Australian like
It's not. Is it something like Lincoln or something?
similar vibe, but it's
Yeah.
not Lincoln.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
his last name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
First
last
name-
Is
first-
his last name a president somehow?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, damn.
Graham Washington.
The last name is like it. The character's last name has the vibe of like an American football player in college.
Okay.
Okay.
Like their first name would be this. It'd be like this
Yeah, okay.
This chair is going to kill me.
Yeah,
I know.
Sorry,
It made
for-
you do like a little flamenco, like
Little.
It's a bit of
For anyone
flourish.
just listening to the podcast, I leant back on my chair and it
This
almost
is why you got to
fell over.
watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube plumbing that
Exactly.
because
Gotta
douche
comment,
is falling
like,
over.
and subscribe and all that
Yeah,
jazz.
douche is falling over. Is it Brent?
Tag something.
No. Brent's tag. That's an awesome name. Do you want it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It is Owen Grady.
Oh, God. That does sound like a footballer. You're right.
I would say, yeah, it kind of sounds like a wrestler. As
Yeah,
well.
Owen Grady.
Yeah,
Jesus
wow.
Christ.
I would
dude.
never.
Iconic
would
Owen
never-
Grady.
Would never. Have
And
guessed
his
that.
character is he's
Million years.
cocky.
He's boisterous.
Yeah.
He's got that. He's also got a bit of boyish charm.
And he's rude to Claire because they slept together.
Yeah,
They've got that real like thing when two characters have slept together and one of them.
But
And Claire's like, I need you to come look at the raptor pen. And he's like, you love when I come over. And she's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
shut up, you son of a bitch.
You
and he's
cad.
like,
Can you please, Owen, have some sense of
we are at work.
professionalism?
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, he has that kind of like, his methods aren't orthodox, but
Yeah.
they get the job done.
And then when shit gets serious,
he's
he's ready to
reliable,
take
yeah.
action.
Wait, have they slept together prior to the events of the movie?
I think isn't that the
Wasn't that the
implication? Or
vibe?
they've got like real like I don't
They
know.
were dated. at
She's
one
like, come to
point,
my trailer, and he's like, it's like real that kind of
Yeah.
shitty fucking
They go on one date.
yeah. Maybe they don't
Yeah.
sleep together, but it's that kind of. And then he's
Claire's
shitty about
sister
it.
Karen urges her to have children someday, insisting it's worth it. And then Claire's like, well, I should start dating.
Yeah.
And she goes on a date with the park's velociraptor researcher,
Well,
Owen Grady.
I think Claire's like, I don't want kids, but then she hangs out with these two children of divorce, and then she's like, actually, I would love kids. Marry me, Chris Pratt. That's what this movie's missing. No characters are having a divorce.
Well, they might. We don't
sure
know yet.
about that?
We
that's
don't know
true.
yet.
Maybe
What about like there's
ScarJo,
like
yeah.
I mean there's that family that are rafting
Oh, there's
somehow.
of course.
So I'm guessing it's like because no one goes down there. Somehow a family is rafting around the dinosaurs. So how does that
Some
happen?
kind of
or is that
shady
just more like the
Flight center
yeah.
situation.
Or is that because they're like okay because there's that scene where it's like, oh yeah, there used to be, you just got to avoid the Coast Guard or whatever. But
yeah.
like no one gives a shit because no one goes here. And so is it like a thing where like, oh, we're going on a holiday, there's this place, and then they get lost. Should we didn't take a left at Albuquerque or whatever.
Yeah, now
the
we're trapped on
dinosaurs. Oh, no.
Isla Nublar.
Yeah.
And then
Like, how did they get there? Or is it just a simple like, yeah, they were holidaying. My dad's crazy. He's
Yeah.
going through a divorce.
yeah,
So
we went to a
took-
bad
we-
flight
yeah,
center and
yeah, we
they
took-
recommended it. You know.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
now
got
we're
distracted
here.
because Jake Johnson's character's name is Lowry Crothers. That's an awesome name.
That's Crothers is a really good
That's
surname.
what Chris Pratt's character should have been.
I'm
Owen
Lowry.
Crothers.
Yeah, looking at like the people involved in this, it's just like maybe I reckon if they don't die in this, like
They're
maybe
not killing ScarJo.
well, they're probably
No.
not killing ScarJo.
or Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah.
like maybe he'll survive, but maybe also he might die
Yeah,
because there's that moment where ScarJo is like calls out the character name of Duncan.
true.
Great
Duncan.
name.
Awesome name.
And like maybe there's like he'll survive. I reckon
Yeah.
he'll be, maybe here's some like swing for the fence maybe. Or just put this on your bingo card.
Yeah.
Is that she thinks Duncan Kincaid dies, and everyone does, but then he's just on the island.
Yeah.
And that's how his
It-
story
it-
ends.
yeah.
with him alone on the island,
teaser's
and
gonna
that's going to
be-
be the
yeah.
next.
No. The teaser is the
whoa.
dinosaurs are coming to
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
mainland.
Of course.
And then
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
next
yeah.
movie, they're on another island.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was actually a fourth island. Did you know that?
I did.
Well, hang on. There's already been... So Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then Jurassic The Lost World, which is the 2nd island. Jurassic Park 3 is back on the original
Yep.
island.
But it's to different bits of it, but it's the original island.
And then Jurassic World...
Is rebuilt or is it a new place?
Jurassic World is a new place.
Yeah.
No, because they go. No, it's the old. Yep, because they stumble upon like the
Oh,
old.
that's
jeep.
right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it's built on the carcass
Of
of,
original Jurassic
World
Park.
So this
Yep.
is the third island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Jurassic World is a really funny concept when you remember that Jurassic Park never opened.
Yeah.
Like it was a failure. Like it was.
It failed.
They were like,
before
we
it
need to make a
begun.
dinosaur park, and everyone died.
Yeah.
And then 10 years later,
'Cause how
someone's
many-
like, I reckon I could do it right.
How many died in the first one? It's like security guy,
Wayne Knight.
Wayne Knight, Sam Jackson.
Yeah.
The lawyer or whatever, the guy
Yeah.
that gets
Yeah,
eaten
the
on the
lawyer,
toilet.
the
Clever
Get his
girl.
ass
Oh, that's
eaten.
the security guard. Yeah.
So that's 4 deaths.
Yeah.
There's more than that.
And a lot of cows, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe that's
But like,
it,
yeah, these are
actually.
just 4 deaths because like the like the professor, what's the guy's name?
Alan Grant. Yeah.
Well, he survives, but the owner survives.
Yeah, that's
Hammond
true.
survives.
Maybe there's actually not
think
that
it's just
many.
4
Maybe it's like
deaths.
4 deaths.
In the original Jurassic Park movie, 5 people die.
Who's the 5th?
Who's the 5th? Guy got his ass at.
Yeah.
Was
So
taking a shit. The lawyer. You got the security guy, clever girl.
Yeah.
He dies. Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson, yeah.
He dies. Wayne Knight gets spat on at. He dies. And then
John Hammond.
No, he dies of cancer in the second one.
he
doesn't
dies in the book.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
Wait, am I being tricked by AI?
Yeah.
Are you being
Maybe.
Almost definitely.
Maybe yes.
Jurassic Park list of deaths wiki.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
I'm pretty sure it's just like it's just 4 deaths. Well, again, a tragedy.
That's still not good.
and especially considering the park hadn't opened yet.
Yeah.
But it is weird. You're right to have this like mythos around like the original Jurassic Park,
Yeah,
which is also then weird for Jake Johnson to be wearing a Jurassic Park T-shirt
Because it's not like it was.
because that would have been either merch that was ready to sell.
Yeah.
That I guess Hammond had to then
He
quickly
had to offload somehow.
because there was all that tragedy that happened.
Yeah.
And this ghoulish man is like he buys it. It's a vintage.
Yeah. Oh,
And
from
then-
this.
Because yeah, it didn't open. No one saw it.
No,
no
it's
one
not.
saw shit.
It's very bizarre, and it's like, I mean, it's so telling. I think because in the movie, and this is a character that is in movies now. He's a guy who's not really a fan of the original Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
The place. He's a fan of the movie in the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's us, that loser who gets killed by a dinosaur.
yeah.
He's meant to be
5
me and
people
you.
do die in the original Jurassic Park.
Okay.
But
the
one of
5th?
them's off screen. Is killed by a velociraptor.
Oh, okay.
Joffrey Brown.
The fuck is Joffrey
My
Brown?
favorite character, Joffrey Brown.
Who's-
We got
who's
Joffrey
that?
Brown.
Who's Joffrey Brown?
Donald Gennaro.
yeah.
Yeah. You got
Dennis
You got to
Nedry.
say who these people are, dude.
John Raymond Ray Arnold.
Dude.
Robert
John
Muldoon.
Raymond Ray
You're
Arnold.
not helping. One of them is the lawyer. One of them is Wayne Knight.
Yeah.
One of them is
Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson. Who?
Dennis Nedry is Wayne Knight.
yeah,
You should
yeah.
know that one.
Yeah,
I know that one. I'm across it.
Whom's Joffrey?
Joffrey Brown, dude. They should make a Jurassic Park movie called The Ballad of Joffrey Brown.
Joffrey Brown.
Ballad of Joffrey Brown.
Jurassic
I'm guessing it isn't
Park.
Joffrey Clifford Brown, the Major League Baseball pitcher, who made one relief appearance for the Chicago Cubs.
Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
guessing not
Shout out.
him. Okay.
He was the gatekeeper.
Damn, dude.
That sounds like
He
it's like
only
part of
appears in
Labyrinth
the
or something.
opening scene
I
of
am
the
the
movie.
gatekeeper. You must enter if you feel these riddles free.
Velociraptors.
Like,
He was the gatekeeper of Jurassic Park's holding pen for the Velociraptor. His death leads to the main investors of InGen to question the safety of the park. He only appears in the opening scene of the
Oh,
movie.
yes. I remember him.
okay.
Then we've got
Okay.
Donald
Yeah.
Gennaro.
See the
This is nice.
Yeah.
His family filed a $20 million lawsuit against InGen as a result of his death. The first of soon to be many.
yeah.
This scared
Well,
the investors
yeah.
and insurance underwriters who feared Jurassic Park was unsafe.
You know what's even
Yeah.
weirder to think about with that guy wearing a Jurassic Park t-shirt?
Yes.
In Jurassic Park 2: The Lost World, people don't believe Jurassic Park existed.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's become a myth.
It's
That's like a
very
big part of
strange,
the
right?
story.
Like, I wonder if it's that kind of thing because, like, he's getting like Hammond's getting sued like crazy. So maybe there was this like okay,
Cover
we
it up.
have to like not just that, we have to like hawk all this like merchandise and try and sell it to kind of recoup any kind of
Yeah.
money to pay the victims or like to pay the family of the victims.
It's crazy.
And that's how Jack Johnson got that.
Got
t-shirt.
that t-shirt. How he got that t-shirt is bananas.
Yeah,
and
I
more
got
people should talk about it.
Yeah.
Is Jeff Goldblum still around?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Doesn't he appear in Dominion? Maybe.
Yeah, all of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in the court case and he's like, brother,
Shouldn't make
dinosaurs,
dinosaurs.
they're fucked up and I'm horny.
Yeah.
Yeah. we
Chaos
know.
theory. You know? Yeah.
The dinosaurs, they're scissoring and getting pregnant.
Yeah, as my scientific opinion. They're scissoring and getting pregnant.
He says that
We
in
don't
the
need this.
Life,
Everybody just being like, what?
yeah. Sorry, I meant to say life will
Talking
find
to
a way.
What's
finds
the,
a
is it
way.
the court stenographer or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to write that. You can just.
It's
you
awesome
don't write that.
that's
dude.
what life finds a way is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Dinosaurs
Dino
will figure
scissoring,
out
man.
scissoring and get pregnant.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man.
They'll rub their dino clitorises together and a baby will pop out.
I always assumed there was like how some snakes do when there was just like the self thing.
No, it's scissoring.
It's scissoring specifically. It's two T-Rexes lying on their sides instead of humping toward one another.
Tribbing?
Tribbing. I think tribbing's just rubbing genitals, just rubbing pussies.
Which is different from scissoring.
Because scissoring, I think, is the action.
Yeah.
I think when you scissor, you trib.
Okay.
But you can trib without scissoring. But I might be wrong on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have the
Well,
merchandise.
this is the one topic that we're not qualified to talk on.
I'll find out.
Yeah,
thanks, man.
Google it. And it'll be you're about to see some truly spectacular
Just
images.
fully get a boner. Just like the most.
That's all right. Leave him alone.
It's natural. It's completely natural.
He's earned it.
You can
He's
watch
worked hard for this boner.
Exactly.
You can watch a little bit of porn. You can watch a little bit of porn while you're.
It's fine.
Whoa. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jackson's off in his little goon corner.
It's awesome because you just keep saying "whoa," but you're clearly not reading. The whole point of Googling it was to.
He's Google imaging, dude.
Why are you wobbling your phone?
3D.
Whoa!
No, I think that they're basically the same thing.
Okay.
Tribadism is a lesbian sexual act in which a woman rubs her vulva against her partner's vulva or another part of her partner's body for sexual stimulation. It's also known as scissoring, a sex position, yada yada,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
tribbiting or tribbing.
Okay.
Yeah, good for them, dude.
Well,
And
hey.
the-
Love that
Not cancelled.
T-Rexes are doing this.
brother, let me tell you, the Wikipedia image for it kind of looks like it's sort of like a body horror monster in a way. Not the bottom one. The bottom one's normal, but the top one.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to look it up now.
It just kind of, it's like there's the normal amount of limbs, but it looks like there's too many limbs. I'm scared. I don't want to, yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, that's the T-Rexes doing that. It's wonderful.
Yeah, they're tribbing. They're tribbing like crazy, dude.
So, okay, yes. Getting back to Jurassic Rebirth. Yeah, it just feels very strange that there is this like mythos around the park.
Yeah.
That shouldn't really exist, considering that yes, one, it was a failed thing.
There is too many
Too many
limbs.
limbs?
It looks
Yeah.
crazy. It's weird.
Okay.
It's because of a
have to
loose
look this
hand.
up.
You gotta.
I
There's a
tried,
loose
I
hand.
did
It makes
my
it look
best.
like if you're playing like the forest or a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
The tribbing enemy.
He's coming to get you.
Crawling without
Did you look up scissoring or tribbing?
tribbing specifically.
Okay, I got to look up tribbing.
Tribbing or
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
it's a drawing, so it's less.
Yeah. I just searched for tribbing, and I did not get Wikipedia in the first page.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Yeah, it does look a little bit. Wow,
It's a bit
hang
scary.
On. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there is the right
There's the right amount, but
limbs.
something about it. It feels like
It's just that hand.
It feels like
It's the hand from
it's the hand, sure,
Yeah.
but it does feel like the woman's whose face you can't really see.
Yeah.
She's doing a move that I would often do to try and stretch or crack my back.
yes, yeah. It's like
You know?
like this,
Yeah,
and then
and
there's
it's-
some's getting in there.
Yeah. That's truly
God bless.
wonderful.
It's awesome.
Truly- That does look like too many limbs. Well, I love that the T-Rexes are doing that too.
Yeah.
Me too. What do you think about this in the trailer? That when they're getting the DNA from the egg or whatever,
Yes.
they're inside what looks like an Aztec
Yes.
tomb.
Yes.
Now, is the implication that there were once people on the island, and will we be getting any exploration of like, I don't know, are they going to go in that direction?
Like a King Kong-esque
yeah,
type
like
thing where there
there's
was,
also
there's
people who
here.
lived on the, are they going to be plundering tombs? Or was
I
that
didn't-
set up by the park as like a bit of,
Bit of fun.
yeah, like is that like Disneyland's Wild West land?
Because it wasn't a park, it was a genetic testing
It was
zone.
the
Yeah.
Freak Island, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I think is going to happen. They're going to suggest a big mystery about how maybe the Distortus Rex actually did exist in nature,
Yeah.
and that this wasn't because like they'll look at the
Maybe
ancient
they'll do a
tombs
thing
or
where
whatever.
they find in the temple and there's like a relief
Yeah.
of like dinosaurs and people working together.
And like a big
And-
fuck off, like bulbous head and 6 limbs.
Yeah, and they'll
they
be
loved
like,
it.
they picked this island for a reason.
And then at the end of the movie,
Yeah.
then at the end of the movie, a dinosaur's going to be swimming towards Manhattan, and then in
Nothing happens
Jurassic
with it.
World Rebirth 2,
Will
Yeah.
return.
it'll be set on a farm,
Yeah.
and they go into space.
Yeah.
The farmer?
What?
The farmer's going to space.
NASA arrives at the farm.
They're doing the interstellar thing. They're being like,
Congratulations, old farmer McGillicuddy. You've been drafted.
Whoa.
to space army.
No.
You're gonna go fight the space dinosaurs.
Okay, so it's still dinosaurs in the movie. I was wondering. My crops.
Like, it is-
Fuck your crops, sir.
It is
Respectfully, fuck your crops.
It is very strange. Like the what they infer about, and they kind of like the hint of the other movies that potentially exist in this film franchise. Like the whole idea of using we're going to use raptors in the military. Now show me that film. Show me the military film that is like with raptors, because then I can understand why you want them so bad.
I think
'cause at this moment in time I'm like,
what would be the
what's
good of
the
that?
benefit?
I reckon the next thing they're going to go down is going to be healing.
Yeah.
It'll have someone grow back a limb.
Yeah.
And will it be like a
It'll
dino
be a
limb?
dinosaur.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
And they got strength of a
Jurassic
dinosaur.
Park 4 was meant to be about Dino Men. Have you ever seen the concept art where it's a dinosaur man wearing pants?
Alan.
No, it's awesome. It's like a Dino Man in pants.
Well, that's again when it was like, oh, we're doing like cloning of this girl, and I'm like, oh, it's going to come out wrong. They're going to give her a dino arm or some shit. She's going to have She's going to have dino lips.
Dino
This is
eyes. Be
gonna
like fucking Alien 4.
No.
Well, I think even talk about like implications they never explored. Jurassic Park, you seen the dinosaur in pants? It's fucking awesome. In Jurassic Park 1, Dennis Nedry is trying to get genetic material to sell to someone. I want to see the guy that's trying to run a fucking bootleg Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Show me that movie.
Like
Go
that again.
It's set in some other place away from prying eyes. It's a bootleg shittier Jurassic Park.
Yeah. That's what I was saying before. Like, show us the the InGens competition who are like also making dinosaurs but shitter.
Yeah, like they just
Like,
don't
you're
have the
telling me
resources or whatever.
That in Dinosaur World, where there was like the petting zoo, where you could pet
No one's going,
like baby triceratops. If you could just get a little bit of genetic material, what that is, who knows? Like, we managed to like scrape a bit of saliva.
Yeah, exactly.
Off
And
like
we're gonna
my boot or whatever because the triceratops licked it or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, and you have this fucked up looking thing. That'd be great, but no, they don't do that.
No,
They don't do anything
what do you-
interesting.
what do you do?
Jurassic Park 4 concept art shows that they one day they did dream big.
they toyed with something wonderful.
And also, Jackson, I don't know if you've seen the pictures recently, but it also looks like concept art for like Turok.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't looked recently. I'll look now.
Like there's one of them. One of them's a dinosaur man
Whoa,
that's missing.
I just got the trimming image again.
So is it the human dinosaur hybrid that we
Yeah.
abandoned? This little guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a big fan of him. Why didn't we get that?
I know.
That would have been weird and good. Hell, even this film that's not going to have anything maybe cool and interesting except this like the tortoise. We're gonna this is where they did some real cool weird things, and then they were left without any oversight, and they kind of went a little bit crazy. And now we've got Dino Men.
Yeah.
And like the little Aztec tomb, whatever, that's actually very recent. This isn't, hey, have that as a scene. Hey, where is this nest? This looks like an Aztec tomb, whatever. But this is made from, more recent bullshit. What the hell?
What's going on?
Wow, we got Dino Men.
Yeah.
Wow, the scientists in the 90s were fucked up.
Why would they do this? Were they going to show this off in the zoo? That's fucked up shit.
No, when they were, after all the lawsuits, they were abandoned and they were like left here by themselves, and they just went crazy.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That's the shit. I think that's what's. If
one,
you're going to return to the island,
they find the recording. One being like, "I've made my perfect dino wife."
The perfect wife, half man, half dinosaur.
I see.
But I think what's cool about the idea of going back to the island, if you are stuck with that idea, if you have to go back to the island, is being like left to their own devices. How bad has it gotten? Like that's cool. That's a fun concept. That's what horrors are we gonna uncover? Because these things that were meant, these lab experiments that were meant to be controlled, have gotten loose, and they've fended for themselves. For
it's
then
like you have like I guess I think this might be how it happens, like in the film where you have like the flashback. Because you see like a working thing with that guy is like, you got to let me out here.
and
and
they're
then he's like, nah, I'm good. But I'm presuming that was like, back in 1994, this is what was happening. I'm presuming that then to kind of flash forward, to be like, they experiment or whatever. But you have like an extended flashback, or you have the they find out little like through notes or whatever that like after the lawsuits, after this was like in effect shut down, a lot of people like they couldn't get off the island, and you had like the person running it went a little bit crazy and like started making like what if we sure we've got like is it frog DNA mixed with like dinos, that's how we got the dinos. He was like, fuck it, put bats in there.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I want to see
Get
what happens
crazy.
when you do this.
Yeah.
I got all this like, this raw DNA material from whatever. And it's just like, yeah, the guy overseeing it, like he kind of formed this weird like monster thing. We had to obey, like we said, he was out. We obeyed his every command kind of thing, and we made like we've made monsters.
We've made lizards.
We've made monsters.
Fucking, that'd be cool.
And
even
go crazy with it.
if you don't want to go that crazy, like the idea of science
It is for kids.
Yes.
Well, it's PG-13. Doesn't have to be that for kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but like no kid is buying the toy of like deranged science lizard man.
Is it Jurassic World toys?
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
The initial run of Jurassic Park toys are awesome because they had to do everything within their power not to give them guns.
Yeah,
But it's like a bazooka, but the bazooka shoots
net.
stun bombs.
Yeah.
Like
again, the Jurassic Park again, like kids, great stuff. Because again, it's like a friend of mine. His kid is like probably like towards like 10 or so. Loves the Jurassic series. Like hell, I dressed my kid up in like a onesie they gave us because it's a Jurassic Park onesie.
Hell yeah.
And you're like, that's for a baby.
Yeah.
So we're probably not gonna go complete fucko crazy mode.
But which is
you
also
kinda
crazy
wanna be
because like fucking kids love fucked up shit. The fact that Five Nights at Freddy's is a beloved franchise by almost exclusively children.
yeah.
Like that's kids, and the first Jurassic Park, like that's people getting eaten.
Yeah.
Your heroes, Samuel L. Jackson is getting killed. Kids can handle that shit. But somewhere along the way, we were like, we can't be doing.
I mean, what we want, which is like extreme body horror, maybe, and like some fucked
You
up
probably
shit
couldn't do
happening. I'm like, you could probably tone this down a lot, have the same kind of vibe, and we could kind of have this.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be fine, but like it would be less horrific. But
yeah.
at the same time, you kind of got to make it a little
less what has man wrought. Yeah.
Or
man.
like lean in. I mean, Alien and Predator have had crossover moments where they've become like they sell kids toys. So is RoboCop.
Absolutely.
Doesn't mean you can't just have an entry now. Like I mean, like
That's true.
kids are on their phones now. They don't care about
They're not even
movies.
watching this movie.
They're going to be buying a tung 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 Sir action figure before they're buying a dinosaur.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know, dude.
Ballerina cappuccino.
Yeah, dude. Bananini chimpanzini.
They're going to be buying those toys
I
or a
don't
skibbity
think so.
toilet.
Yeah.
I think they're buying a dinosaur toy.
No, their dads are buying them dinosaur toys, and they don't give a shit.
Brother, you ever seen the fucking clips of kids dancing the tung 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 Sir?
No, but I can imagine.
seen
Sure,
fucking tons.
but like I just think you're gonna maybe more you're gonna get people buying dinosaurs.
Well, I don't think anybody sells tung 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 tung
But
tung
yeah,
tung Sir
no, yeah,
toys,
we-
so-
Base of
we
speculation
never know.
should get in on that.
Yeah, dude, that's money in the bank.
Yeah, who's got? We can just do that, right?
Yeah, no, it's AI
It's
generated.
AI generated.
No,
It's
no one
already
owns
stolen.
it. Yeah, exactly, dude.
And if we're stealing from the machines, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're taking it back for humanity.
and then selling it for profit.
Yeah.
To pay the bills of real men.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that AI can never do.
Yeah.
I will never know the I guess I was going to say the joy of working like a hard day's work.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of sitting around. doing
AI
a
can't
podcast.
drink from the hose, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
AI
dude.
can't Google tripping. Oh wait, yes it can. Fuck.
But it can't be. It won't have the same feelings I do when it sees
Yeah.
tripping.
Your feelings are. Is that too many arms?
What the hell am I seeing? What's
Yeah,
going on
AI
right
will
now?
look at that and be like, "That's the perfect amount of arms." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Yeah, but
You sure?
are you sure though?"
Yeah, double check.
Double check for me, AI. Grok, is that the right amount of arms on the trimming monster? I can't answer that question. Well, what good are you?
What is this even
If
for?
I can't
then?
trust you to answer this, who can I
You
trust?
can't help me with the trimming monster.
What's the
I might as
point?
well fucking pack it in, dude.
Yeah, but yeah. Trust me. Kids much prefer slop than they do
Yeah, kids
Jurassic
love
World.
slop, dude. That's why slop exists. You ever seen this fucking kids, Elsa and Spider-Man, doing
okay,
surgery on
Are
each
you
other?
talking about Elsa Gate?
Yeah, dude.
What? Okay, when you're
Oh,
saying kids
thank
love it,
God.
what age are you looking at? What age are you imagining?
The tung 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 tung. So her children are about 5,
Okay.
and I've seen, I would say, at least 10 videos of different children just come to my feed of them just fucking loving
Loving
it.
it.
And this is the video that I saw most recently. Is it's
Elsa Gate's younger, by the way.
it's a tung 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 Sahur as a child.
Yep.
And there's a song in the background that's like tung 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 saha, and then because it's all AI, it does that fucked up AI thing, and then it's tung 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 saha as a teenager, and then the same song plays, but it's like a Blink 182 style song.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
And then it goes, it changes again, and then it's like a more modern song, and tung 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 saha as an adult, and the kids are fucking. And then the kid turns back to the camera and he's like, gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's
he
awesome.
loves tung 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 tung.
So okay, my theory based on that and the vibe, I guess, is that it's probably not as big as maybe we think it might be, simply to the fact that I think it is the.
They're making a
internet
Skibbity
culture,
Toilet
blah, blah, blah.
movie for $1 billion or whatever.
Yeah.
So I am
Michael
curious.
Bay
I am
recently
curious.
came out and said, "I'm not directing that." By the way, he said, "Don't know where you've heard this. I'm not making it."
That sucks.
Well, okay.
His production company's still making it.
With
He's just not
those
making it.
your parents out there that are listening and watching, let us know, because I'm genuine curiosity.
Yeah.
Would your child be more interested in a dinosaur toy versus a skibbity toilet or a
Toy.
Yeah.
Because
Cappuccino assassino.
genuinely
awesome.
am curious, because I do think it's we don't think. I think we're in our own little bubble of terrible internet.
I mean, a Minecraft movie's made more money than Lilo and Stitch by $250 million.
Yeah.
yeah, it's good for them.
Yeah.
No, but that's
But
It's online content.
yeah,
I think if you give your kid like the woman I saw on the bus the other day, if you just give your 2-year-old an iPad, brother, they are loving tung 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 tung. You just got to get them young.
Don't do that.
Because it's just flashing colors and
but
shit.
don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you shouldn't.
Don't do that.
But sometimes the kid's so annoying.
Don't.
You gotta be like, hey kid, I'm not raising you anymore. It's too hard. But Italian brain rot,
Don't do
it's
that.
got my back. Cappuccino assassino.
What? What's going to happen if your kid learns Italian?
What's gonna happen?
I can't wait for when I'm old and decrepit and dying.
Yeah.
For what the state of my doctors is gonna be. That's gonna be awesome,
Wait.
dude.
Is society
Yes.
getting dumber
Yeah. Yeah.
with time?
Actually, no. I think IQ is going up.
Yeah, IQ's generally yeah. We go. I forget which episode we're talking about, but how we're getting taller with each generation or whatever. We're also getting we are getting smarter, and apparently our penises
Penis is getting tiny.
Yeah, but we're now
tiny.
coming microplastic, so that's awesome.
Yeah. But it's also that kind of thing. I think it's to do with with the CO2 rising.
Yeah.
You become dumber.
Okay, so yes,
Yes.
but at the same time, COVID made us really stupid.
Yes, yeah.
So-
it fucked up our socialization bad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you're out and about very often, but society still hasn't recovered.
Yeah.
I'm old enough, I reckon, to be like, oh yeah, I can still see the difference because I spent enough,
Yeah.
as in enough of, because for the last, say, 15 years, I've been doing the same shit.
Yeah.
basically.
You can see the difference.
But I'm like, I did 10 years of this, and now I've done 5 years of post-COVID, and I'm like, oh yeah, I still remember. Yeah, this is fucked up.
I was reading
2
a
years really
thr-
fucked everyone up.
I was reading a thread on Twitter about it was a bunch of authors, and they were like, our publishers are saying don't write in third person because teenagers can't handle it. They're like, stop it, you won't sell a third person book.
What the fuck?
They're like, it's not going to work. You got to write in you got to write in first person because maybe if you grow up with fan fiction, maybe, or I don't know, just being online in a space is so about who you are and what you present that they can't conceive. Or they struggle to deal with the idea of being
Because you'd think,
another
with,
person.
with COVID and everyone being in lockdown and all that kind of stuff, you'd be like, the perfect time to read a book,
yeah.
kind of thing. But I guess not.
Well,
Okay, so it's
or
a weird,
it's just
it's a weird thing
yeah.
because and this is only one study, so it could be wrong. Difficulty to concentrate and losing the ability to reason and problem solve have gone down, but intelligence hasn't really. We're not getting less intelligent. It's just
I think I was reading about this too. The specific areas in which we are losing function in some places and getting better function in
I
others.
do think critical thinking / media literacy.
Yeah.
It feels like that's plummeting.
Yeah.
I saw a thing today that made me angry about how stupid Reddit was, and it was over the most nothing thing.
You go on.
So, and this is going to require a bit of a run up.
That's all
right.
good.
I'm here.
Next month, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake come out.
So exciting.
Bam Margera was added late in development because he's had a history of substance abuse problems.
Yes.
He's got kicked out of Jackass, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
Tony, like recently, like when the game had almost kind of finished development,
Yeah.
Bam is sober. Tony Hawk himself had been hanging out with Bam. They've been skating together, and he was like, "Fuck, Bam's still really good at skating, and he's on the right track. We shouldn't punish him by removing him from the game." Quarterback division was like, "Put him in the fucking game now."
Nice.
Okay.
They put him in the game. So this is all good. It's also very known that he was added late in the game.
Yeah.
It's like his character bio is like probably one of the most iconic skaters in the modern eras. You couldn't have a skating game without adding him. It would be like it was something like, what, you don't think we'd add one of the most iconic skaters of the modern era of all time? No way. But the joke there is they almost didn't. Add him. But Reddit is being like, this. How dare they fucking say that? Because we know the truth. They didn't add him, and it's late, and now they're like, we're the best. I'm like, that's not.
That's part of the joke.
Yeah.
How are you? What is?
I think this thing happened to
see
people.
what I mean? It's like a nothing thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, how are you not understanding?
That's the bit. You get. That's the bit.
They know. They know that you know.
So
that
that's
he
why they're
wasn't
doing.
Yeah.
This is the. Are
People
you
get
fucking
so-
dense?
Also, they've dressed him in the Elvis 68 comeback special kind
that's
of
awesome.
outfit.
That's
so that
funny.
makes it even.
Yeah.
They do.
And it's
This
so
is the
weird
bit.
because you get the feeling that these people are upset because they believe in some way they've been lied to.
Yeah.
That they've been tricked, which I think is a thing. A lot of people have this weird feeling like, if they're presented with what they can perceive to be an untruth and somebody saying that this is true, they go, the like,
This company's lied
the
to me.
insult that they feel is like because they've been lied to. And I feel like you see that in a lot of places. And I don't know where it came from. I don't even know if it's like if it's a reasoning thing. I don't know. But I feel like I see that all the
People
time.
being like, how do I, like, we
Yeah. You've lied to me.
Yeah.
You've lied to me and I'm personally affronted.
And sometimes people just look at things now, I guess this is the reasoning and problem solving. Where you're presented with something, and it's like, well, I'm siding with this side because they've said this thing. It's like, yeah, okay, well, let's, before you put your whole ass into that, let's like look at the whole thing properly.
Yeah. No, I
And they're
will
like,
not
no,
do that.
fuck you. I'm like, now you're going to look stupid, or you're going to have this vendetta that like, and it happens a bunch as well, where people have a vendetta against someone or something.
Yes.
Then it'll be like, oh no, that is categorically untrue. Here's like the smoking gun. And they'll be like, no, I reckon the smoking gun's
think so.
alive.
Yeah, that's because again, like when again, maybe hey, here's some introspection.
Yeah.
When was the last time that you were presented with something where you changed your opinion on it because of like the facts kind of stuff? Because we're all kind of have that biases.
Yeah, but
we all kind of have that.
I guess
thing.
the difference
it's
is
a weird
I
thing
wouldn't
to
yell
be
about
like.
it on the internet. Oh, this is my job.
Yeah,
I am yelling about
you
it.
are
Yeah, that's
yelling
true.
about it.
For
But
some
that's the
reason,
thing,
Reddit
it's kind
comments
of
are
like-
cringe, but my podcast is cringe in a different way.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
But that's the thing. We're all kind of like, well, we have this opinion on something. It's again, you see this in politics all the time, where it's kind of like, oh, I believe this. Oh, hang on, sorry, it was like you flip it. Oh, well, then it's okay then.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you have this this cognitive dissonance, I guess.
I think I find, and this
I've
feels,
changed my mind on The Last Jedi.
yeah, that's true.
Sort of.
Okay.
Like, as in, like, it's not like a huge swing. I didn't go from liking it to not liking it. But I went from being like, this is the fucking best, to being like, yeah, it is a bad second entry in a trilogy.
Okay.
They
Yeah, that's
really
fair.
fucked themselves there. I still think it's a great movie by itself.
That's fair.
I don't know if this is the same. I guess it's not, but quite often I'll see something and be like, presented as true and be like, I don't think that's true. And then look it up and be like, it wasn't true. What's that?
Problem solving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a real Columbo moment by you.
One more thing,
One more
internet article.
Well, again, I guess, yeah, you know, I guess it happened this very day when we did an episode of Plumbing the Death Star, which might be out in a couple of weeks. But again, looking up about, like, you know, the bubonic plague and what got rid of it, and I was like, I think it might have been the Great London Fire. I looked it up. No, that's a common misconception.
It was actually hygiene.
Yeah. Washing your balls.
Washing your dirty, filthy, rat-infested nuts.
Yeah. You
Stop
go to a doctor
letting
and you
that-
go, stop letting the rat sleep under there.
Yeah, it's
In
like-
your gooch.
Yeah, the doctor's like, hey, the best way to stop the bubonic plague is stop letting rats bite your nuts. Oh.
Okay.
Okay,
I
that's
hear what
gonna
you're
take a
saying.
lot of work.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear what you're saying, Doc.
And it's awesome for me to jump into this conversation off the back of reading one Vice article that links to a Financial Times article claiming that everyone's getting stupider.
Yeah.
That is one article.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
it
yeah.
true? Maybe not.
But again, you want to kind of like, you know, either vibe wise or go like, well, you start adding your own little kind of connections here. Well, there is that kind of like, is it the idea that if you have had COVID before,
Oh yeah,
it
long
will
COVID
make
will
you dumb.
fuck you in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like all COVID, I think.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
COVID just makes you.
If you've had COVID, it lowers
just
your
weaker.
like you're weaker both physically and mentally.
Yeah, like as in
and
like you're just a
intelligently.
worse person.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
dude.
apparently, like, and this is an anecdotal experience, but also, like, once you get COVID, you're also way more susceptible to just, like, skin conditions.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard that too. Yeah.
Like, as in, like, things like eczema and stuff like that. If you've had COVID, you might just suddenly get eczema now.
Oh, that.
Damn, dude.
I've yet to get eczema, so
Yeah.
maybe in my future, I guess. Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
man.
times you had COVID, though?
Twice.
Okay, I've had it 3, so I'm really weak.
Only
Yeah,
one,
real weak
baby.
and dumb.
Yeah, well, because you thought
I'm the
you were
strongest.
immune. Yeah.
And my wife, nonce.
That's crazy. dude.
Actually
Absolutely
immune, maybe.
0
Probably.
times. I
Whoa.
think she's 100% is immune. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, you should be studied.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they should.
And I get why all those, like, you know, those movies where someone is like either immune or a bit different or a bit special. They're like, we got to hide from the government because you get idiots like me being like, we should study you now.
Dissect my
Yeah.
wife, please.
I've seen The Last of Us. Do the reverse of what happens in that.
I've seen
Cut
The
out
Last
her
of
brain. Study my wife. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't understand what happened at the end of The Last of Us.
I wasn't really, but I played
Yeah.
Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shoot all the doctors, right?
Okay, well, that's what happens at
Oh, Doom, no, Doom's right.
Doom was right.
Doom was right.
Right
Shoot the
on.
doctors.
Shoot the doctors.
So he swings for the fence for Jurassic Rebirth.
Now, it is really, really hard for me not to say my huge swing for the fence.
Everyone dies?
No,
it's gonna
the
be
other
good?
classic
Oh, it's
one.
gonna be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Okay. I don't think
It's
that's
my
possible.
outlandish swing for the fence. What if this movie is good?
I
I reckon it's going to make $1 billion is my swing for the fence.
Whoa.
Even though the last 3 did, I think that the world as a whole has been burnt enough by bad Jurassic World and Park movies
Yeah.
that I don't think this will make $1 billion. So therefore, my outlandish claim is it's going to make $1 billion.
Okay.
So that's some real.
Gonna put any
reasoning there.
money on that?
I'm gonna put any.
Gonna put any goatee on
Gonna
that?
put any goatee. Gonna put any go ego mode.
Are you
on
gonna
it?
put any egg mode
What's
on
your...
that?
Since when have Swing for the Fences had egg mode attached?
Well, some they just can.
They get- they
My goatee, which I'm sticking to, my goatee mode is that Man Thing will be instrumental to either Doomsday or Secret Invasion.
Which, you're lucky because the MCU has delayed those by a year
To
so-
add more Man Thing.
No,
Really
just
slot him
to
in.
hope
Yeah.
that hopefully either baseless speculation ends before then, or we forget.
Yeah. I would think it'd be funny to go goatee mode. I'd look like a dirty uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, my swing for the fence is that there will be like a surviving group of scientists from the first movie who've made a civilization in the park
Okay.
that have become like a kind of like
You gonna
a-
put anything on that? Goatee mode? Yeah, see?
I don't believe in it that much. Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah.
I don't yeah.
Yeah.
I believe Man Thing will be in Doomsday.
I know you
I think
do,
it'd
dude.
be
Instrumental.
Instrumental.
I think
Not
it's
just
how they're
in.
going to save the day, frankly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Siding with douche on that one more
Yeah.
and more.
Yeah.
My single offense of this that they're gonna find Dennis Nedry's bones.
On the wrong island.
Yes.
Who moved his bone?
Oh, it's,
That'll be
it's not the first. Oh, yeah, right. It's not the.
No,
damn.
keep the bones
No,
there.
keep
And that's the big
bones there.
mystery.
Yeah.
Who
how'd they get
moved
the
Dennis
bones?
Nedry's bones?
Okay, you guys, it's a wrong island. Damn.
Yeah.
So I was like, how do they?
Dennis
connect
Nedry survived?
Nah.
They've toyed with that already.
Have they?
They?
Yeah.
In which one?
Like as in, oh fuck.
That's crazy to think that they're like, how do you get Dennis Nedry back?
Yeah.
All right.
Wayne Knight's still around. He's doing a podcast. Get
Come
him on
on
the
this
show.
podcast.
Yeah. Wayne Knight. This is a call out. Come on baseless speculation.
Yes.
I don't know why I said it like that. I swear I'm normal on the show, Wayne Knight, okay? I swear
I
to
know
God.
everything you've just watched will attest otherwise.
Yeah,
but
I know you just watched because
swear-
you definitely watched the whole episode. You watched us all individually. Look up the Wikipedia page for tripping. I understand that. We said Jake Johnson 1 million times. I get it, but I promise the show's
This
normal.
show normal.
This show
Okay,
oh, this one
show
normal.
normal.
This episode normal.
This episode heaps normal.
Damn.
I think maybe. We're gonna get a dino human hybrid.
Oh hell yeah!
This is where finally.
They're
happens.
finally gonna do. Will it
Finally
have
do it.
pants on?
No.
Oh,
Cock
fuck.
out.
Cock out. Yes, that's awesome, dude.
And it's gonna be like intimidatingly huge.
Yes.
It's gonna be like that scene from Basketballs where like they get their dick enlarged or whatever, and it just keeps swinging around, and it's played for laughs. It's gonna be that level
Forearm
of like
size. That what we're talking?
We're talking whole arm, dude.
Fuck.
And like an elephant's trunk. It's gonna be prehensile, okay? And it's not gonna be played for laugh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super serious.
Is the scene meant to be scary or
Yes.
so? Okay.
It's gonna be scary, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be terrifying, and a little bit titillating.
Brother, I'm sold. Brother, that sounds fantastic.
Mostly
Scary prehensile lizard dick. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
man.
I got confused that they brought him back. I think he's maybe there's a
Mentioned or
flashback or
something?
something, but I forgot that his
His can of whip or whatever.
Barbasol.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, that makes a cameo in Dominion.
That's dumb as fuck. That's
Oh.
real stupid hours.
Yeah.
But like, what does that mean? You know? Oh, the DNA samples from the original Jurassic Park that we don't need anymore because dinosaurs are real again.
Yeah, Dodgson gives him the gift.
Anyway, if you have any opinions on Jurassic World Rebirth, you can, of course, email us in at bsboyspod@gmail.com, like these wonderful people that have emailed in, like Shay, who says, "Boys, you saved me." Shay from London here. I want to write in and say thank you for saving me from a nightmare.
Anytime.
I had a very vivid
You're welcome.
nightmare.
Thanks for the email.
Yeah.
Anyway, next email.
Okay. A very vivid nightmare recently in which some kind of creature that was an amorphous blob of entirely hands connected and crawling.
The tripping is
Think the Rat King from The Last of Us, but all hands and in the shape of a creeper, was trying to attack me. In typical nightmare form, my feet were stuck to the floor
damn.
and couldn't move. But as the creature advanced, 3 voices blared anon, as if summoned from my pocket. Your voices all joined in hopeful chorus to defend me. The first, as the creature approached, was Dusha saying, "Nice hands, dipshit," which instantly
Nice.
baffled the creature. Jackson's voice followed up, asking, "How do you do that and not break your nails?" And as the creature reeled, Zamet asked if it could use its hands to help fold laundry. Confused and beaten back, the creature retreated,
Got
and
him.
I slept soundly
Got it, Toss.
afterwards. It wasn't until the next day when me and my partner were driving and they asked if I'd had any dreams when I remembered this and recounted it immediately to them. I think they were a little scared.
Yeah, fair
Boys,
enough.
I can't thank you enough for intervening in a scary dream I was having, and am very grateful for your service. I'm a handyman, so if you ever need furniture assembled, televisions mounted, or shelves put up, I'll come do it for free. Just need my commute covered. But we can iron out the details.
Yeah.
Remember, they live.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. Stay gold.
Whatever,
Shay. P.S. Not a coward. Here's a postcard I found today. I thought you'd appreciate it. And it's a postcard which says, a man who doesn't piss.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That's really special.
Not a
It is very
coward makes me
special.
think that Shay may have come from a different one of the shows on the network.
Yes.
An
Now
accident left him pissless.
Yeah. Hey, you're welcome. We love appearing in your dreams.
Yeah. I'm
It's
glad
nice
to
that
hear
we
that
dream warrior.
Yeah. We're helpful often.
fucking idded your fucking
Yeah, that's
spooky.
true.
Yeah, we're like, hey, actually, we don't believe in you, Pennywise the Clown. We're gonna beat the shit out of you because we've had an orgy, so we're powerful now.
Yeah.
What a great book.
Yeah. All right. Next email is from Corey.
Corey in the
after
Whoa, in the big house. Rest in peace.
the altered Jackson's genetics on pickles issues in New York in blackout.
I don't
What's
know why
up,
people
BS
are
boys?
bothering wasting their time emailing Jackson about
Someone
pickles. We just
altering
know
my DNA.
he's just not
I
built
wanted
for
to
it.
answer a question about New York. You had an offer help to Jackson.
Okay.
So I've been to New York during the Northeast blackout of 2003.
Okay.
That was considered one of the largest blackouts in U.S. history. I'm
Was
from
that the
Ohio.
blackout where they had
Couldn't tell you, dude.
fuck? There was lost media about it. They pretended
be.
to saw someone in half, but then it went wrong, in quotes. But because that show was never rebroadcast because it was during blackouts, people thought that they really sawed someone in half. But then really it was very obviously a joke. It was Jay Leno. He didn't saw anyone in half, though.
Okay.
His guest did.
I
Anyway,
could believe Jay Leno has killed a man, though.
Yeah, Jay
that's
Leno's
easy.
probably killed a man.
Yeah.
Surely.
Is it libel if he hasn't?
No,
Or
it's just we're just
vibing.
theory
Oh,
crafting.
okay, that's all right. Theory crafting.
Yeah. We're just like,
It's
he's
just
got
a
the
theory.
vibe. We're
A
just a
Jay
theory.
Leno theory.
A Jay Leno theory.
Subscribe to my new YouTube channel in the spirit of game theory, Jay Leno theory.
Yeah. Just like, I think he killed the guy.
Yeah,
It's
just a theory. A Jay Leno theory.
I am from Ohio, and we were visiting New York as a family, with me being a 13-year-old. We went to visit the Statue of Liberty, and they told us we couldn't take the boat to get to the Statue of Liberty because there was a power issue.
Okay.
We then realized that the entire city was out of power, and
Damn.
no one could get a hold of each other. Given the time frame, cell phones were pretty primitive, and we had to use an AM/FM radio to get updates as we walked back
Cool.
from the Statue of Liberty to Times Square. It's about 5 miles. Anyway, anytime we went inside anywhere, my Game Boy Advance screen with no game inside was our flashlight. Looting was actually the only issue. People were walking asses and elbow to elbow, but was quasi-peaceful because subways were down and cabs were overbooked or not running.
Oh,
the
yeah.
city itself was not violent, but I suspect this has something to do with the still fresh post 9/11 fear and
of
unity
course.
New York felt. Power returned sometime the next day, but my family had already left town by then.
Yeah.
Imagine today it would be much different.
Statue
and it
of Liberty.
would, more akin to Escape from New York and the Purge mist. So I guess, in Kingpin's New York, one
yeah.
blackout will result, I assume, in nothing but riots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to assume.
Yeah.
In Kingpin's New York.
But
Yeah, man.
but unfortunately in Kingpin's New York, it wasn't a blackout.
Yeah.
Everyone got sucked into a void.
Yeah.
That's true. No, but in the Daredevil show.
In the
there
Daredevil
was-
show, there's a
there
blackout.
was a
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I thought you were talking about
No,
Thunderbolts.
multiple things have happened in Kingpin's New York.
Yeah,
dude.
and none of it good.
None of it good.
Yeah.
And Kingpin, he's stressed.
He's
Yeah.
very stressed.
Yeah, dude.
So too, Jackson's fake love of pickles
Yeah, it
has
is fake.
become more sad than funny and
I
requires
agree.
immediate attention. With your help, I would like to study then alter Jackson's DNA to create Pickle Jackson. I work for a top
Pickle
tier
Jackson.
Yeah.
work for a top tier hospital in the US and have lab equipment that may help. I
Yeah.
need a sample of Jackson's epithelial cells and the pickles he is refusing to eat. I will include my blueprints to help him
Thank you.
on Universal
Thank you.
Media Disc so he can watch them.
Send me a
love
URL.
the person that
We can either use a viral vector delivery to edit current Jackson DNA or just kill him. And new Jackson will love pickles. We can also increase his clown's attention span so he watches the movies he says he watches.
I don't have a clown. Okay. And if I did, he'd have an incredible attention span.
Yeah.
I guess I think it was like we could
Clowns
also
need
increase
to focus.
this clown's attention
Yeah.
span. So you are the clown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, your affinity for pickles is embarrassing and sad. I agree. Learn to eat
This
a
one
pickle.
time I
or
turned myself into a pickle. I'm Pickle Jackson.
Well, at least you know there's no risk of you eating yourself now, Pickle Jackson, because you fucking
Hey,
hate
fuck
pickles.
you, man.
No, fuck you. I refuse to sanction your buffoonery.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Well, I'm going to go have a pickle adventure like in Rick and Morty.
What
Enjoy
does pick-
podcast therapy or whatever's happening in that episode.
What does Pickle Rick do?
Goes into the drain? That does sound fun.
You love going in the
You
drain.
too love
Yeah.
going in the drain.
You want to be small enough that a hot dog is like as big as you, and when you bite it,
Yeah.
you can like walk.
For some
through
reason, I'm attacked on all sides for voicing a simple, humble opinion that I want to be tiny and eat a big hot dog.
it. What sides are you getting attacked?
Wait,
from?
no, I need to stress. It's so normal.
I get
Okay.
attacked on all sides because I just say a normal thing like I wish I was tiny and eating a really big hot dog. Okay, and you say
Okay.
you call me a pervert.
Yes.
You say I'm sick in the head. You say I'm a freak, a fuck freak. Well, I just like it's a simple, honest desire.
Yeah, well, the problem is
in
because you
my
eat the hot
heart.
dog and you jack it off your little dick.
I love jacking off my dick, of course.
Who here does not?
Okay, but being tiny will not change. If I'm jacking off my dick tiny, I'm still imagining normal-sized boobs.
That's a
or
lie. You're
balls or butts or
I was gonna
whatever.
say, you're never imagining boobs.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not a boob man. Well, I'm never imagining a normal-sized asshole. Okay? I'm not imagining a tiny asshole or being like I'm tiny and the asshole's huge.
Yeah.
I'm just having normal jacking off in the drain or whatever. And I just want to eat a
You're
big hot
telling
dog.
me if there wasn't a so you've eaten the big hot dog, you look up and my
If there's a
God,
gigantic ass of me, I'm scared.
Yeah, dude. Who knows what'll happen?
Because what the fuck? What if they sit on me and I go in?
yeah, that's awesome.
No, I'm suffocating and dying. And I say, I'm
opposite of
crying in the cold because I miss eating the hot dog on the ground and being friends with an ant and going in a little car.
You can't be friends with an ant or go in a little car. They don't exist, and ants don't talk.
Little
Motherfucker
cars
doesn't think
exist.
Matchbox exists, you idiot.
How are you going to drive a Matchbox car? There's no steering wheel.
I just get on
just
top
gotta
or
get in
whatever. See, this is what I'm
On it.
talking about.
He's always he's a naysayer.
He's a naysayer. He's a negative
You're
Nelly.
He's got no sense of
You're gonna
wonder.
He's
get
got no
small.
he's got no sense of whimsy.
You're gonna just be jumping in shower drain to shower drain,
Yeah.
jacking off your little dick, perving on giant people.
No, I would never jump in a shower drain because I don't want to get tangled inside the hair, clogged in the drain, and die.
Exactly. It's terrifying. When you were little, it's scary.
Yeah, and I'm
Like,
in the drain, and I'm like, help, help, but no one can hear me.
Don't
And then,
step on me.
and then
I'd hate
and then they
that.
turn on the drain, and I drown in there.
Yeah,
Dude.
good.
That's what scares
One
me.
less pervert in the world.
No, but I want to eat a big orange. You know,
Why?
because it
Like
would
James
be
and the
fun.
Giant Peach
like James and the
style.
Giant Peach.
He's not a pervert, but you are. That's the difference.
Like, look, in JD's defense, you are a pervert.
Yes.
However,
I'm not
you,
denying
this stuff, this little thing, that's
this-
not your
in
perversions.
this one aspect of my life. In
He doesn't define it, but yes.
99.9% of my life, yes. I'm getting
Yes.
off.
All the time.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, I admit, but this is 0.001%. My desire to be tiny and be in a pocket or to ride a dog is not perverted. It's wholesome. And yet
Yeah,
I am
it's wholesome
assaulted
and
from all
whimsical.
angles. You know?
All angles. Once again. On your side, Jackson. Oh, what's that? Some friendly fire? I didn't realize it's turned on. I didn't do that. Oh,
Only enemies
my belly.
and no
Ooh.
defenders in my fucking life, dude.
That's like what you're saying to me is the equivalent of if I just all of a sudden started saying, hey, farts smell kind of awesome. Not in like a jack off way. Just you know how like the smell
And
of
you know
farts
what I would
is a
say?
bit,
I believe you,
bit
dude.
awesome. I'm not. And then if I started saying I'm not a pervert.
I would be like your own or others.
No, all farts.
All farts.
All farts.
Are you?
Provided they're over 18.
Well,
you okay?
Well,
Well,
that qualifier sort of changes things.
yeah. Also, I think because you're like fart huffing,
Yeah.
you say that involves
No.
Yeah.
Just like like if you walked into a room and someone
Yeah.
farted, that's just awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but that
But
involves.
what's
other people.
good about it?
Yeah,
Smells cool.
yeah, but that involves other people. See?
Yeah.
Whereas his being tiny does not.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
If
makes
you
it a little
said,
bit
like-
less perverted.
I don't know. You're like reading about farts. You're like, it's fun to go on the Wikipedia page for fart.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I can believe that about you.
Yeah, I'd believe,
It's
and
fun.
then I'd be like, "Hey, do you think Joel Dusha got bigged? You know, do you
Yeah,
think he's
see
like
a little boy in a man's
Dude,
body.
you know you can
man's
just
body.
listen to 60 minutes of farts? That's funny as
Feels
fuck.
like he's got.
I think he got bigged. Or he's always been bigged.
Yeah.
Or he's stayed the same age, but his
Like-
soul's gone young.
Yeah.
I was
He
Shazam,
got
but I
reversed.
grew up, but then I said Shazam accidentally to turn
Yeah.
my spirit into a little boy.
Maybe he
but
got reverse bigged, but
Yeah.
like only brain.
Yeah.
anyway, I just think you're a pervert who
Yeah.
hates pickles.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Yeah.
those, yes.
Yeah, those both things are true.
Both of those things can be true.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
What's the email about?
So I'm going to turn into a pickle.
Yeah.
Pickle.
Oh,
race.
yeah, that's right.
Anyway, look, hey, Jax, we'll end on this wonderful
Oh,
note.
I'm
Someone
excited.
on your side.
Thank God.
I hope Jackson chokes on a pickle and dies.
Cleaning the bathroom.
Yes.
Jackson, these two were crazy. Do they expect us to be cleaning the bath and shower in a full hazmat suit?
Exactly.
Cleaning in the nude just makes sense.
It just makes
you
sense.
don't need to be, staining any of your clothes
No,
or getting
what
them
am I doing?
soggy. You just wash whatever chemical you got on you off when you inevitably shower
Yeah.
right after.
It makes the most sense. It's the
Sincerely?
most genius workflow that could exist.
Okay, so I need whoever this fucking
David.
lunatic, David.
Yeah.
Okay, pick up whatever bottle you're cleaning the bathroom with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, turn and look at the back of the bottle. You'll see that it says irritation to skin. And then you're going to think about yourself nude and you're going to think, what's my most sensitive area? Oh, is it my dirty dick, nuts, and asshole?
Yes.
They
Maybe
don't
I shouldn't
David,
put-
they don't understand us.
Vapors and chemical vapors
Yeah.
near and around that. Hey, I'm just here to say, hey, don't jerk off with Jif. You know?
Yeah.
Is that so wrong?
If you're cleaning a shower, it's fine because it goes straight down. Bath, you're in it. You're standing in it.
And again, I would say it depends on the kind of clean you're doing. If you're getting there, you're scrubbing everywhere, you're in there for a longer time, and all the cleaning, the vapor, all that kind of stuff there.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't do that with my cock out.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
that's okay.
That's personally.
That's up
if
to
you
you.
want to get your
That's your
skin
moral
irritated,
choice.
and if you want to get all that stuff, hey, if you've had COVID and now your eczema's flaring up, maybe don't aggravate it more.
Yeah.
Or maybe you'll burn
With
it off
bleach.
with the
I
chemicals.
don't know.
Yeah.
Exactly. We don't know.
Anyway,
You do you beautiful individuals.
Yeah. God bless.
God bless. Good
God bless
luck.
from Basis Speculation. Thanks for enjoying the name episode.
Yes. And once again, remember, Wayne Knight, this one was normal.
This was
just come on the podcast, Wayne
yeah.
Knight. What's
Yeah,
your
Wayne
podcast?
Knight.
We'll come to you.
Yeah.
What is his podcast?
I don't know.
Either way.
He had Jason Alexander on. They talked about Seinfeld, you know.
Tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny dude.
Like
It was pretty funny because what's his name? Jason Alexander is like, I just said it. He's like, people's apparently, you know, amongst guest stars, we had this reputation for being like kind of cliquey and like a bit hard to work with. Like, that's not true. And Wayne Knight's like, are you a professional? Like, okay. He said it in the most diplomatic way, but he was basically like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Bro.
Great news or bad news, depending on which way you want to look at it. Wayne Knight does not have a podcast.
Not anymore.
No, never. He guessed it
What
on.
was I saying?
He guessed it on
Wayne
Jason.
Knight was asking Jason Alexander questions.
It was on Jason Alexander's podcast.
Oh, I see.
Wayne Knight was merely a guest.
Well, Wayne Knight.
Jason.
Jason.
Jason Alexander, George Costanza. Come on the podcast, for the love of God.
Your episodes are shorter than ours.
Yeah.
So you could do two. You could do two. Wait, no, we could.
Two episodes
Oh,
of
fuck.
basis
No,
speculation.
sorry, Jason
Oh, we're
Alexander.
stupid. Oh, we're so
Your episodes
dumb.
are shorter than ours. We could do two of yours.
If we were
Yeah.
clever.
Doing one
You got
episode.
people like Mike Campbell. Who's that?
And if you had us on, you could get these zingers like that.
Yeah,
Your show.
Zinger City.
Wow.
Rift City,
Wow, it was
dude.
real
This
good.
billionaire is buying TikTok? Really? Yeah. See, we
Yeah.
could do stuff
We
like
can
that,
do
Jason
stuff like that.
Alexander.
Yeah.
The quality, I mean, you heard the quality riffs in this episode. The tribbing monster, that was funny.
That was great.
That was a good one.
Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson, that was a
Yes.
good
They got
riff.
Paul Reiser. I know who that is. So I can't say who's that. But Mike Campbell?
John Suckjob.
John Sockjob, that was a good riff. It's good to
American
go back
Hero.
and catalog the riffs, I think, to remind people. Because, you know, you get to the end of a long podcast, you go,
Yeah, like, what were
the
those
riffs
riffs again? I
What
wanna
were the
have a
riffs?
think
And then
about
they
it.
become iconic riffs.
Yeah.
Then you sell a t-shirt that
You
says
can
John
get-
Suckjob or
exactly.
whatever.
You can email us in, BS Boys.
Yeah.
You can tell us your favorite riffs.
What was the most iconic riff of the Jurassic World Rebirth episode?
Let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. Please.
And Jason Alexander, please come on the show.
Please come on Basis Speculation.
In
It's
many
normal.
ways-
People love begging. Is that what I...
Please.
Please come on the
my
show, Jason
God.
Alexander. Oh
Has
my
it
God.
worked? Have we ever
Ever?
begged for something and got it?
I don't know.
Probably. People feel bad when you beg,
Yeah.
so that's good.
Yeah. Please send us $100.
Please subscribe to Basis Speculation Plus.
I wanted to ask how much you want to give us. Say $100.
Please. Oh
Let's
my
say just for
God.
Joel Dusha. What? Sorry.
Huh? What?
Here's let's quickly flash up by Joel Dusha's BSB and account number.
Yeah, just
you
throw-
chuck in $100.
throw 'em on
there.
there.
Yeah, look, what you want to do is you don't want to sign up to Basis Speculation Plus. You want to head to twitch.tv/Dusha Forever. And you see, I haven't streamed in a million years, but that's okay because the donate link still works.
Yeah, that's smart.
That's
$100.
smart.
Just
That's
send
smart.
it.
Sign
You
up to
don't need it.
Dusha Plus.
Yeah.
what you
Which is
need
basically
to
just
do.
that. So
Exclusive
not
Dusha
yet.
content.
You get nothing. Dusha gets $100.
Sign up to Dusha
That's pretty good.
The greatest thing.
Yeah,
It's a
so
great
just
deal.
remember
Yeah.
twitch.tv/Dusha Forever. Click the donate button.
Yeah.
Send me $100.
1,000,000
Donate.
send.
And and there it is, the sweet nothing that is my reward.
You sit there facing your computer screen being like, why'd I do that?
Your reward is seeing negative $100 in your bank statement.
Your reward is your partner being like, honey, why
What's
is what's
$100
$100 to Twitch?
to Twitch?
What's that mean?
Joel
And then
Dusha
you know.
asked me kindly.
And then, sort of, he
He
asked
sort of
me.
begged.
And then your reward will be that somewhere, maybe on the other side of the world, I check my phone because I get an email saying, you got $100 in your donation link.
Oh,
And I
nice.
go, wow, I'm not going to tell the tax man about that one.
Yeah.
They did it. They really did it. They subscribed to Dusha Plus. It's the greatest subscription service that ever existed, dude.
And the wonderful thing about Dusha Plus is it's the subscription is on you. So if you want to make that monthly, you just set that reminder. If you want to be a daily subscriber, you're in control.
And if $100 is too far out of your price range, that's okay. We offer $50 and $20 tiers too. For $20, just type $20.
2-0 donate. And you can just
the great
do
thing is,
that.
if you do the $100 donation, you get everything you get with the $50 and $20 donation as well.
It's a great deal.
It's a really good system.
Twitch.tv/Dusha forever. I think you want to scroll down past where it says haven't been online for 6 months and click
Don't worry
donate.
about that.
Don't worry about
about
that. It's not important. It's not why you're here.
No.
You're here to subscribe to Dusha Plus.
You're there for the donate link. And if you want to get in contact with this show,
Yeah.
you can email us at bsboyspod@gmail.com.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Can.
it.
And
let us know how much you donated
To Dusha Plus.
Dusha Plus.
Let us know your favorite thing about
you know what?
donating to
As,
Dusha Plus.
as a first month donor bonus, if
Yeah.
you donate to Dusha Plus, send us an email with a copy of your receipt, and we'll read it out on whatever the next episode we record is.
Yeah.
yeah.
You're
We'll
welcome.
say, hey, here's a list of.
Here's a list of Dusha Plus subscribers.
It's like a Patreon shout out, except it costs you X amount of money and only happens once. And on that note, I've been Joel.
I've been Jackson.
And I've also been Joel.
This has been another
Oh,
episode
fuck.
of Best of Speculation, and we've been the BS Boys.
And remember that link again, twitch.tv/Dusha Forever.
Donate. Subscribe to Dusha Plus today.
100.00
Yes! And if you're the tax man, that never happened.
That was a bit. That was a funny
It's
bit.
all riff.
$0.
It's all riffs,
$0
dude.
to
Dusha Plus
baby.
what?
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's a mystery to me.
See you next week. Email those receipts.